I have hit my record button.
Recording in progress.
I'm lighting a candle now to set the mood.
Lighting a candle.
Yeah, I'm lighting the candle to set the mood. I said, I gotta apologize. I called you way too many fuckboys at the end of our last 3-part episode. If you guys check that out, so I'm lighting
A candle.
a candle.
But should I have soft gunshots or should I have hard
Nah, you
gunshots?
definitely need to have the most aggressive of aggressive gunshots.
I, we're gonna talk about guns too a little bit. Pow, pow, pow,
You are
bow.
now listening to 16 Shots Podcast. Young James Boogie, AR Dub. What's going down?
So, the end of the year is coming, man. So, I was thinking about some of the end of the year album of the year, and first off, a lot of times y'all, and I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about just people in general want to throw that jacket on me that, oh, you just be caping for Kanye and Kanye blah, da, da, da. And I'll be like, no, I'm just seeing beyond, I'm seeing past my note, not saying everybody, but I'm just seeing, I'm just looking into the grander scale of how some art is going to be received on a grander scale. And it was all this CLB is this and Kanye, da, da, da. And then the Grammys come out with their Grammy selections. And of all genres, one person dominated the Grammys.
Well,
and his name,
we know
his name was.
But we know Kanye is going to dominate the Grammys.
How we know he's going to come? How the conversation, and I need to fix my light, guys. See, I got a shadow, so I'm going to fix that.
Turn your volume down on your sound blaster a little bit, bro.
Oh, I'm too loud. Now I'm too loud.
Yeah, nah, you know what I'm saying? The richness of your voice is overpowering.
Is it, or maybe yours, because on mine it sound good, man.
I don't know, man. Maybe I just got my headphones too high.
I'm saying, man, you be engineering over there, man, turning me up too high. And am I still rich?
No, you good. Keep talking your Kanye nonsense.
Am I still too rich?
No, keep talking your Kanye nonsense.
And as I was saying, like, this is one of the better albums overall that has been, put out this year. And I was a Kanye lover and da 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 woo woo woo.
So the Grammys qualify your critique of Donda. Is that what you're saying?
The Grammys.
The Grammys who have been notorious for snubbing us.
Stop it, because Nas is back to back. See what I'm saying? And this
Nas is back to back what?
Back to back nominee for Rap Album of the Year.
But we know that Nas should have been won a Grammy.
What I'm saying is this. This is where the conversation for me always gets convoluted and confusing and layered, because in order to enact change, there has to be change. And this is where we got stuck with brother Twain last time, is when we're talking about the future, we're talking about what's happened in the past. We can't look at the past as our guide, because the past is the past, and whatever happened. No matter what we say, do, feel, we can't change that. And the present is the present. And all we can do is live in the present to make move, because everything we do in the present is we're sowing seeds for the future. So when we had the conversation about my conversation is like, well, these other peoples are doing well. Why don't we look at them? The conversation turned into why we're looking at them and look at ourselves, and how we were the originators of XYZ.
No, I just was asking. I'm just asking, are we using the Grammys as the measuring stick when previously we've had beef and gripes that the Grammys doesn't necessarily, I don't know, treat our music the way it should be treated, far as putting us in set categories we should be in. So are we going to use that platform as the measuring stick? Or are we, I'm asking you, are we using it? I'm not debating it. I'm just asking, are we using this platform as our measuring stick now?
I'm saying that it's not the end all be all. It's not like
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying. I got a Grammy, and that's what it is. But it's the Grammys have never been at no point, whether it was 2000 when Fresh Prince got his Grammy,
Mm-hmm.
he didn't say I don't want the Grammy. He just said why can't we be on, like that? In order to progress doesn't come. You don't like. There are still women right now who are afraid to come out because they've been sexually assaulted. Right.
Well, let's
In
take it.
2000,
Let's take it away from the serious that aspect of it. What about the aspect of it that some artists and some participants of just the music industry, not just hip hop,
yeah,
seem to think that a lot of these award shows, the winners are pretty much just pushed by the machine, and whose label is paying or whose team is paying X amount of dollars to make sure X artist wins X
that's cap.
X Grammy.
That's cap.
Oh, that's cap. So there's no truth in that.
Zero truth to it.
But all right. So how do? All right. So I guess, and I'm
None.
not. I'm not arguing your point. Why do you think there's zero truth in anything? Why do you think there's zero truth in the machine moving Grammy and other? You like why do you think there's zero influence by the machine? I guess in these award shows.
Zero influence because to even be in the nominations, you submit. They don't pick randomly out of so and so. So
Right. You got to
you
submit.
have to submit.
Yeah, I get
So,
that. So if me and you put out an album and we independently and we met X criteria to submit, we can submit it. So the submission isn't what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about the outcome.
there's no criteria to submit, bro.
Oh, it's not. See, I don't know. So there's no criteria. So me and you literally could
Yeah,
name. Me and you could drop 18 tracks or 16 shots, call it rap,
yeah.
and how do we get that submitted into the categories of a nomination for best rap album?
You would submit it to the association,
All right,
would review it to see
right,
if it fits the criteria.
okay,
Then uh the Grammys as an organization, the people inside the Grammys would make their, like, okay, they take those in, and after all the submissions come in,
mm-hmm.
they listen to the works. They have their expert panels, because you have some of the people who are saying, or not, some of the people who are making music,
Mm-hmm.
who are producers, who are influencers,
Mm-hmm.
are part of the Grammys. So that's why the push was to get more people of color in there, because it was like,
Right.
well, the reason why we're not getting certain types of music in is because there's nobody like us in those rooms, but there are people like us in those rooms now. That's why you see the change in the what you call it. So
Gotcha.
now, as it changes, we can't have that same feeling that we had in '89 that we have in 2001.
Oh, I'm
Because
not talking about the color thing though. I'm just saying you don't think at any point in this process that you just stated that there could be some manipulation.
and the devil, I mean, sorry, the Santa Claus could be real. Like, if we're talking about ifs and buts and
No,
maybes,
I'm asking your personal opinion. It's
I'm
not like I'm not trying to like bring it up as a debate or anything like that. I'm just wondering, do you think the
why would I think
process? Do
that?
you think the process is 100% pure, or do you think that there could be some room for manipulation, payola, the things that we know that are still current and relevant within the business? Do you
What I'm
think there is room for that?
What I'm saying is, if that was the case, then if that, I think I think that the vibe that you are, the energy that you are giving to the Grammys is the energy that goes into the AMAs and into the Billboard Awards, because those are the awards that are driven by sales. Grammys don't get, like, if you've noticed, the most popular album doesn't always win on the Grammys.
Right.
It's not about popularity. It's about artistic content.
Gotcha.
The argument with the Grammys earlier was, okay, you have people who are not of the culture. You have
Judging the culture.
deciding who gets in.
So I guess my theory with some of the other award shows could definitely be true, but when it comes to the Grammys, it's more of artists judging artists. And one of the biggest knocks that we had a while ago was that we didn't have enough people of our culture,
Yeah,
critiquing our music.
I agree with that.
I got you.
So what I'm saying is, and even that being said, if you look at the past Grammy winners, the culture hasn't been upset with the winners of the Grammys. Like Jay Z shouldn't have gotten any Grammys, bro, and I don't think he has any. Like
in
what
life.
project? Like what project has Jay Z put out that you'd be like, that's a Grammy? Where like the year it came out,
In
like
life.
did Jay Z put out an album that was the album that was like, what year did Jay Z come out? Like, okay, no other album is artistically better than Jay Z's. Now his album might have been fire, might have been good, but you think that Jay Z's album was artistically better than DMX album in 98, 99?
DMX got Grammys. I don't know. I don't know everybody who has a Grammy. Not. I don't know that. I ain't gonna lie to you. But
Yeah,
I think it's hard. I think it's hard. I think it's hard to say X person is the GOAT, the living GOAT of a music genre,
that's not it though.
and he ain't got no
That's a
Grammy,
year,
huh?
huh?
And he ain't got no Grammys.
No, I'm saying it's not. What I'm saying is, it's the Grammy is not like put like it's here, like this here. Ali don't have the most wins, but we think he's the GOAT, right?
But that's different
Oh,
though.
hold up.
But that's different though.
Why is it different?
Because they call Ali the GOAT because of the time he fought in, the competition he fought, the
'Cause
style in which he fought, the fact that he combined speed and power. That's why Ali is considered the GOAT.
Because of the totality of his everything, not because of his accolades.
Yeah,
Not
not
because
just one. It's not just one thing. I agree. Yes.
so that's why I'm saying the totality of Jay Z might put him in the GOAT conversation. But even like Dale Earnhardt Jr. is one of the GOATs of
He's
racing.
not. Junior?
Junior, yeah, not my daddy, not son.
And Dale Earnhardt thing.
Yeah, Dale Earnhardt. He's one of the GOATs, but he ain't one of the most races.
He was the intimidator.
That's what I'm saying because of the totality of what he did, the way he
The
did it,
style in which he drove.
exactly everything.
Yeah.
How much is you know what I'm saying?
But he did win though.
Yeah, he did win, but he didn't win. He didn't win the most Daytonas. So
But he has at the time. But he has a win. That's what I'm saying. He doesn't have the most, but he has that notch under his belt. It's just like when we talk about the GOATs. It's like Dan Marino. We don't call Dan Marino the GOAT. Why?
I don't know why we don't.
I'm gonna tell you why Dan Marino is considered the GOAT or is not in the GOAT conversation. You wanna know why?
Why?
He ain't got no ring.
But that's why. Okay, and I had.
And the ring, in my book, the ring doesn't qualify if you are the best at your position or not. But in sports talk, the common denominator or the common equalizer is, do you have a ring? Yes or no. Peyton Manning is in the GOAT talk. Why? Because he has what? 2 rings. Eli's in the GOAT talk. Why? Because he has 2 rings.
It's not in the GOAT talk.
No. Well, I mean, it depends on who you talk to.
Oh, okay. Well, so you think that somebody gonna sit here, a knowledgeable sports person is gonna be like, we talking about the best quarterbacks of all time.
Mm-hmm.
You want to say Eli Manning's in the same conversation with Dan Marino? Nah, man.
I think that you have some people. If I had a GOAT conversation and list, and I said, give me the 20 quarterbacks that you would consider GOAT talk, there will be more people than you probably would think that would put Eli ahead of Dan Marino simply because A, he has 2 rings, and B, he beat everyone's GOAT to get said 2 rings. I'm not saying I agree with the take, but I'm saying people will go pull a stat to show that. What's your word? Anecdotal stats.
Yeah,
Some people will go grab some anecdotal stats, and they will partner that with the fact that he beat Brady twice. The only person who's beat Brady twice in the Super Bowl was Eli, and they will put him over Dan Marino because he has those 2 rings. Dan Marino doesn't.
That's crazy talk.
Look, I didn't say that that's how I feel.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about whoever. Like, and I had this conversation last night about James Harden and somebody else. It's like, if your metric for greatness is a ring, that's not a fair qualification,
Right.
bro. Because a ring is not an individual award. A ring,
It's a team award.
team award. So how you going to say that you individual is better than that individual based on your team effort?
Well, let me
Especially
ask,
football.
well let me
Especially it's parts of the ball that Eli. It's parts of the game that Eli Manning has no effect over.
well, let me ask you a question. There are some people that only tell you Brady is the GOAT because of the rings. They say Brady is the GOAT, what rings.
Yeah, but in the
But
same, but what I'm saying is the difference. What makes something anecdotal and makes it a fair judgment is like if he has one or two rings and you have the best defense, that'd be different. But if you're saying I got 6 and 7 rings, now who else has 4 rings, 5 rings? If you have exceeded, and if you are the catalyst, if you it was a team they had this year, and you come to the team next year and they win the ring, if you for 20 years straight are in the top 5 in all these categories, that's speaking on your greatness. But I'm saying, like, nah, man, like, nah, we can't just the ring talk, the ring talk came to pass really because of LeBron James, bro. That's when the ring talk, because nobody was saying nothing about
that's not
ring.
true.
Yeah,
That
because
piece is not true. It came to
so
pass before LeBron.
not doing
It
because
did. It did.
nobody never said Isaiah wasn't great.
Nah,
Nobody.
it wasn't that. The ring talk actually came. The ring talk started with Brady and Montana.
Nah, the
It
ring
did.
talk
It
started
did.
with
The ring talk started with Brady and Montana, before Brady was the GOAT, Montana was the GOAT, and once it seemed like the same way with LeBron, once it seemed like Brady was chasing down the 5 rings of Montana, then that's when the ring conversation happened. Because when you look at it, when you look at the two games, Montana Montana's a better pure quarterback than Brady. Brady is smart as
um,
fuck. Did
I,
you see Montana play?
yes,
Did
and
you
I
see the
see play.
passes that he can make? Did you see the changes at the line he could do? Arm strength that he had.
Stop it.
So you telling me Montana wasn't a great quarterback?
I'm saying he's great, bro, but you trying to say that Brady's arm is not as strong or he's not as technically sound as Montana. That don't make sense because we watching Brady at the age of 40 some years old throw the bomb just as good as he did 10 years ago.
That's not
Get
true. So Tom Brady's more of a game manager. So if you notice, Tom Brady does more. Tom Brady does more without the breakout receivers because of ball placement. He's a more game manager. Check down. I hit you with the 15, maybe
bro.
20 here and there. He has a bomb or two that he can hit. I'm not saying he can't throw the deep ball, but
What you saying?
Tom Brady has made his living in the intermediate passes, using tight ends, using crossing routes, using backs out of the backfield and catch the ball.
So what you say? Okay, so watch this. I can break that whole thing you said down in one name.
What's the name?
If you take away
Because
Jerry
he didn't
Rice,
even win a ring with Randy Moss, and that was
take
one of the only deep threats he had.
if you take away Jerry Rice from Montana, do you think his stats look the same? Or he got the same rings?
If I take away the arguably one of the greatest wide receivers to play the game,
Yes.
then I'm pretty sure he doesn't have all the rings he has. But you
But
can
which
say,
everything
but you can say the same. But time out.
no, but
But
everything
time
you
out.
said,
But you can say the same
Jerry
thing.
Rice.
But you can say the same thing for Tom Brady, can you not?
No,
Why
because look,
not? So
because
you mean
every
to tell
hold on,
Holmes? But
let
look,
me,
listen to what I'm saying.
I,
You can
let
say
me,
the same thing for Tom Brady
no, you
because
can't.
Tom Brady has won the championship with the two best defenses of the year, like back to back or something like that. So you can take away the best defense, he might not win that ring. You can take
We
away
got
arguably
this.
one of the best tight ends to play the game, he won't win that ring. You can take away Corey Dillon, who at the time was at the top of the game as a running back, he might not win that chip. So
What
you
I'm
can
saying,
say the same thing.
no. What I'm saying is, just addressing what you said about the short routes and the crossing routes. So do you think? So I ain't gonna say. Do you think? How many times did Jerry Rice catch a slant and go home? How many times did Jerry Rice catch a swing pass and go home?
A
How
lot,
many?
probably.
That's what I'm saying. So how are you trying to say that Jerry Rice can do that, but Tom Brady can't do that? But he ain't doing it with Jerry Rice's. He doing it with Edelman's. He doing it with fifth and sixth round. He doing it with no, like you can't even name some of the players that he won Super Bowls with as wide receiver who was throwing touchdown passes to. Right now, he has Mike Brown. I mean, what's his name?
He has Mike Evans.
Mike Evans, who's a good receiver. He's putting up Jerry Rice type numbers, man.
Mike
Like,
Evans is that good though. What are you talking about?
so Mike Evans is better than Jerry Rice.
No, but it's a
Okay.
different NFL too, though.
I agree. What I'm saying is,
Like Mike Evans is very Andre Johnson-ish in the fact that he really ain't have nobody quality throwing on the ball, and that's the other piece I'm trying to say.
stop.
That's the other piece I'm trying to say. So,
Last year.
He had who?
He had Crazy Man last year.
Jameis Winston.
Yes,
Jameis Winston, who will throw you 50 touchdowns and 55 picks.
Yes,
Jameis Winston, who couldn't see when he was in Tampa Bay.
this is what I'm saying, bro. You said it yourself. He threw 30 and 30 year before last. He threw 30 and 30. The fact that he threw it
So-
at 30 receptions was what made them lose. But he still threw 30 touchdowns, bro, which is out of this world, man. You can't take away that. You can't take away the good because of the bad.
Well, I didn't take away anything, though. I'm at a loss now. I didn't take away anything.
Said he had a quarterback, and I'm telling you,
No. I said in similarity to Andre Johnson, he didn't have anyone throwing him the ball at the quality that he has now. That's what I said.
Andre Johnson never had nobody good as James Winston throwing the ball, bro.
Matt Shaw was decent for a couple of seasons.
He ain't never threw 30 touchdowns in a year.
Well, Jameis Winston had to throw him in touchdowns because they ain't had no defense. So he had to go throw the ball. And Jameis Winston is a different arm talent than Matt Sharp or even Tom Brady.
I tell you, bro, he had somebody with arm talent on his team, bro.
Yeah.
He just didn't
So when Mike Evans had the chance to put his hand up like he Randy Moss, it was a nigga who had a cannon. But the problem is that nigga that had the cannon, it was like a 50-50 chance when he let that bitch go, it was gonna go where it needed to. I'm not trying to take nothing away from all I'm trying to say is it's a 50-50 chance Mike Evans was wide open, but the ball got through to a defender. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not taking away anything from Tom Brady, but if you truly like really study and watch the game, you'll know ring one, that bitch was gonna get one regardless, whether if it was Tom Brady throwing the ball or Drew Bledsoe throwing the ball.
but you talking about two special, like I can agree with you.
And at that time, Tom Brady wasn't special like Drew Bledsoe. If you notice, once Drew Bledsoe got hurt and Tom Brady came in, the offense changed. So if you go back and you watch that season, the offense changed. Tom Brady turned into I hand the ball off, I check down. That's what Tom Brady turned into that season. They were going to win the ship regardless.
So he won, right? And then
No, he did win. You can't take that away from him. He won.
And he's won in every which way possible. Yes or no? He's won scoring a bunch of points. He's won checking down. He's won throwing it deep. He's won every way you could think about it. So like
Adam Vinatieri won 2 for him at least. But he had to get down the field. So I can't take that away from him. And again, I'm not taking anything away from the guy. He's the GOAT. Call him the GOAT. I'm fine with that. My only argument was the fact that rings qualify shit. If Tom Brady only had 2 rings and still was trying to chase the third one right now, he wouldn't be the GOAT. It'd be hands down Montana. But he got 7 rings. It doesn't matter how he got them 7. He got 7 rings.
Doesn't matter. It matters how. It doesn't
matter. He was the starting quarterback that got his team to the chip, and they won. And honestly, I say 3 to 4 rings were won off his arm talent. I would definitely give you that.
So I'm gonna ask this question: who's the better quarterback? I'm going back to rap after this. Who's the better quarterback, Trent Dilfer or Warren Moon?
See, you're being disrespectful.
But you talking about rings?
Because no, I'm not the ring qualifier, but I'll roll with you with this one. Now you're being disrespectful. Now the better quarterback, hands down, is Warren Moon.
But he ain't got no rings.
But if you're saying who was the better quarterback and you're using championships to qualify it, I guess Trent Dilfer will be better than Warren Moon.
But there's no metric you can think of.
There's no metric you can think of where Trent Dilfer is better than Warren Moon. Outside of if he can hand the ball off better. That's about it.
Ain't even if I had Trent Dilfer could have 3 rings and he went better than Warren
Man,
Moon.
if you want to keep it a buck, Warren Moon is a better quarterback than Tom Brady will ever be. Shit. How many years he played in Canada? Was it 4 or 5?
5, I think.
Take them 5 years, stats, add them to his NFL stats. It's stupid. Everybody's chasing Warren Moon, bro. That was the biggest. That was the biggest. Like, why the fuck did we let that shit happen in NFL, bro? Like, they were like, why is this man not in the NFL until now? If you take his Canada stats and pair them with his NFL stats, for the longest, everybody would have been chasing him.
No, because you got your Jim Kellys.
No. You don't understand what I'm saying. When he was playing in his prime, bro, if you would have took, and Jim Kelly was another great. If you would have took Warren Moon's stats from Canada, parried them with his NFL stats, everybody would have been chasing Moon, bro.
If you put Jim Kelly stats with the Bills alongside Jim Kelly stats
With the gamblers, he not. No, I'm telling you, Warren Moon was still a better quarterback.
no, and then you got to put an asterisk on the Canada stats because the field is different. The rules
You got to put
different.
an asterisk on the fucking gamblers.
Why?
It wasn't the NFL.
What I'm saying, that at least the field is the same. Like the rules aren't different. Like the rules are different, and the field is bigger. It's made to pass in Canada. So if we saying that we made the game to pass, like they playing, like we playing now in the '80s. But anyway, going back to rap, Jay-Z has won Grammy for Hard Knock Life album of the year. Fuji's got one. Northern Nation got one. They just started doing it in '96.
So Jay does have a Grammy.
He has one Grammy.
Oh, well, that makes this whole conversation we just had for the last 10 minutes pointless.
No, it doesn't, because Kanye got 5 or got 4.
Kanye should have 4 Grammys. Kanye West should have more Grammys than Jay-Z. Because I feel like Kanye West should be able to operate in more categories than Jay-Z.
We're talking about best rap album of the year Grammys. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, well, I mean, he still should have more than Jay.
But okay.
Because I think Kanye West has had more albums that are album of the year than Jay.
And on let's see, on 1, 2, 3, 4 of the Grammys he didn't win, he produced songs on the albums that won. Talking about he produced on Eminem's album that won a Grammy. He produced on Chance's album that won a Grammy. He produced on Tyler's album that won a Grammy. So it's like his influence is huge. Like his influence, he taking nothing away from Drake. I mean from Jay-Z. But I'm saying he is a GOAT, but you also have it's not a fair comparison. Like I keep saying at the end of the day.
Why we got to compare though? Why do we have to compare?
I don't compare. That's why I'm saying
you are comparing. You're comparing right now.
No, I'm saying that when we talk about these certain people, like when I talk about DMX and I talk about Ja Rule, I can't turn around and talk about Moneybagg Yo. I can't talk about Fat Joe in the same conversation, bro, because we don't do the same thing, man. Just because we do have the same genre of music, that don't mean that we don't do the same thing. Because what I do is I set the standard and then I move on. And what you do is you follow behind me and you try to play catch up. And that's not like saying that they lesser. I'm just saying that you're talking about innovators compared to people who it's not the same, bro. It's like Dan Marino and Trent Dilfer, bro. Not both of y'all quarterbacks, man, but we can't compare y'all two, man.
Well, you can compare the two because they play the two positions. So after the comparison of the two, now you realize one is on a totally different stratosphere than the other. Well, and so now you move from that comparison and you start comparing Dan Marino to quarterbacks who are on his level, who are on the stratosphere of he is, who are on the arm talent that he is. So yes, you can compare the two because they operate within the same function.
They're all football players, bro.
No, they're all quarterbacks that we're talking about, not football players.
They're all quarterbacks.
The difference will be, if you want to say that, then yes, we don't do the same thing if you're comparing Dan Marino to Herschel Walker. No, they don't do the same thing. They do two totally different things. So that would be that analogy. Am I tripping? No, I'm not tripping.
I'm saying that
If
the
me and you play the if me and you if there's a basketball comparison, and
yeah.
someone tries to compare Young James Boogie to Dub in basketball, we can't compare because we don't even play the same position.
But we ain't the same. Like we can't compare football because it ain't the same.
Time out. We only can't compare because we don't play the same position. Now, if you break that down and say me and you both play defensive back,
Yeah.
now we can start comparing because we both operate in the same position. We both play defensive back. So
And so
now
how
you
long?
can
How long?
so now you can compare the techniques, the skill set, the coverage. Can I read can I cover the slot? Can I do this? Can I do that? All of that. Now you can compare. But if you play safety and I play defensive tackle, you really can't compare because it's two separate positions.
So can you pair? Can you compare Roby to Daryl Green?
Roby to Darrell Green,
Mhm.
don't they both play defensive back?
Yeah.
Well, then you have some things that you can compare because
So
they operate within the same function.
so when I say, hey man, Roby is better than Daryl Green because he had 3 interceptions in one game.
You got to give me some stats.
I'm
And,
saying
and and that could be one stat that you're measuring is that
Daryl
he
Green.
had more interceptions in one game than Green. But then you would have to look at the total career outlook and stats and consistency in each of the guys. I can have a stupid game. I can have a stupid game one day, but totally miss the next. Let's pause.
Recording in progress.
Yeah, but comparison, man. You know what? The word is not comparison. The word is contrast, man. It's like I understand. Like I said, you can compare. Not even compare. Just looking at it holistically at the entire body of work, man, is what I like to do, as opposed to pulling out stats. Like you say all the time. I agree. Anybody can find a random stat to be like, oh yeah, this one time so and so had 75 points in one quarter. But
Yep.
like for his career, he was 2 points a game. So that
Yep.
wasn't a norm. Yeah. So just because he did that one thing, that don't qualify you to be talking with me, man. Like, cause I've been doing this. If I'm a high elite player, and not myself, but whoever it is, I've been doing this
Mm-hmm.
the basis all the time. And you did it one time. Like the stats you talked about Steven Jackson.
That's what I was
Steven
gonna ask. That's the only reason why I posted it because I saw the stat and I was like, man, this nigga here went and just grabbed the stat. Like the only 43rd draft pick to score X amount of points in the game, and it was all him. So at what point is it just it's not a fire stat? You just happen to be the best 43rd pick in the NBA draft ever.
I think it's a fire stat because he's saying like these second round picks don't produce like this. I'm the best second round. Really, I was really I think what he's trying to say is really I was a first round pick. They just put me down for that because didn't he come out of high school?
Steven Jack. I thought he went to college for like 1 year. I could be wrong though.
I'm not
I
sure,
thought he
but
went to college.
I know he was a McDonald's All American.
What about all right? So what if there's a 48th pick in the draft that can come out and have a better stat than that? And instead of doing it 10 games, he did it 15.
But and the cold part about what made it so cold about Steve Jack is that's not over. That's not one. That's not a one stretch.
No, it's
That's
over his
over.
career. Yeah. I got it.
I wasn't doing it just one time, 1 year. I did it here. I did it there. It's some guys go their whole career without scoring 30. I did this several times with several different units.
I,
So
I
he
think
just
I
his
think
greatness.
I think Steven Jackson is underrated. I think a lot of guys look at Steve Jack and be like, "You was just a bullshit ass role player, and you was fighting in the Malice in the Palace."
Mhm.
I don't think people really look at Steven Jackson and understand the homie really could hoop.
Stephen Jackson was, for lack of a better word. Oh, I don't want to say that.
No, say it.
Stephen Jackson. I don't know the backstory with him and Pop, but he kind of pulled a nigga move when he left the Spurs.
Yeah, he a nigga though.
Because really, you could have like all they did. Steve Jack is Kawhi, man.
Steve Jackson, Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah,
That's a bold. That's a bold take, bro.
it's not because that's what he did the exact same thing that Kawhi did,
So are you saying that Steven Jackson was Kawhi Leonard before Kawhi Leonard?
but that was the role they had in the offense. Steve Jackson's Kawhi, Sean Elliott is Kawhi, Derek Anderson was supposed to be Kawhi. He just didn't pan out because he got hurt. Even Dominique Wilkins came in that same spot in that same role and did the same thing because that was the role for that Spurs offense. So they went Sean Elliott, they went Derek Anderson, they went what's his name? Came from the stuff. Ron Mercer, they went Steve Jack, they went I forgot who had that, then they went Kawhi.
So all right, let's talk about Kawhi right quick.
Yeah.
In the scope of superstars, is Kawhi a superstar?
Yes.
Do you think Kawhi Leonard is the difference maker, or do you think Kawhi Leonard happened to benefit from just the perfect storm?
I think Kawhi Leonard and Steve Jackson, those are the sons of Pippen, man. Those are the sons of Pippen. Those are those threes that can guard 1 through 3. They're 3 and D guys, but they can give you more. And so all them guys are sons of Pippen. So they're gonna shine wherever they go. They can't help but shine because look at their skill set. Like what can he not do on a basketball court?
Do you think Kawhi can take another team to a championship and win?
Yeah, he can, but he won't take the Clippers though
Why not? Why not the Clippers?
because the West too deep.
Do you think his run in Toronto was fluke? Or let me rephrase that: if he would have stayed in Toronto, you think he would have won another ring?
Nah, because that was just perfect timing. That was perfect timing for that situation. I think that
And KD got hurt.
KD got hurt. Yeah, really, KD got hurt. Really, that's it. KD got hurt.
I honestly think KD don't get hurt, they win it. I also think if the Rockets would have beat Golden State, the Rockets would have beat Toronto.
The East has been.
Let's pause.
Thing in progress.
All right.
Yeah, man. So back to what we were saying, man. It's like yeah, the Rockets suck, man.
The Rockets suck.
No, everybody the Rockets gonna suck, man.
I told you, I be getting mad, bro. I get mad because I haven't. All right, so this is what I'm upset about, and I'm finna go off on a tangent. I moved to Atlanta, but I don't have regular cable. I got YouTube TV. So, YouTube TV kind of fire because, it's through YouTube. So when I would travel, I could just hop on my iPad, log into my YouTube TV. I'm still getting my Houston shit because, I live in Houston and I'm on the road, so I can see my Houston programming. Well, with YouTube TV, once you're logged in a different city, state, whatever, for more than 30 days, it's automatically going to switch to that programming. Mm-hmm. So I no longer can get my Houston programming. I'm getting nothing but Atlanta programming. It's not a bad thing, but now, like my Houston Texans, my Houston Rockets, sometimes that shit be blacked out in the area because I'm in Atlanta. So unless I get like the total, because even with YouTube TV, I can get like the NBA package, the NFL package, the MLB package. I'm not paying extra for that bullshit. So I ain't seen no games. But when I look on my phone on my Houston IG, bro, every time I scroll up and down, nigga, it ain't nothing but highlights. Niggas getting dunked on, niggas getting the UTEP two-step put on them, nutmegs, all of that, bro. And then I look at the final box score, and it's like the Houston Rockets 110, the Denver Nuggets 185.
Yeah, we getting blew out, man.
Blew the fuck out. Houston Rockets 98, San Antonio Spurs 215.
But what you think about prison reform?
What do you mean? In what aspect? Do I think it's needed or do I think it's happening?
I think it's needed.
I do think it's needed.
I think you're anti-criminal.
Listen to what I'm saying. I do think it's needed. I think it's needed. I don't think that we have the correct reform. Like, I don't think there are only a couple, and this might be me being judgy. There are only a few acts of crime that I believe you need to just lock someone up and throw away the key. Everything else, there should be some sort of rehabilitation, and people should have a chance to redeem themselves. And I don't think that that happens fairly in our prison system. I think it's crazy. Some people who some people who commit nonviolent crimes, it seems like they be locked up forever, bro. Like 10 year, 15 year. And then you'll hear about guys committing heinous crimes, and it's like, yeah, this is the third or fourth time that they've been involved in some shit. Like, yeah, he killed somebody 3 years ago and he was out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it be wild shit. Like, niggas be not niggas and black people, niggas as in ignorant people be committing crimes, bro. And you like, this the fourth, fifth time they did some bullshit like this. And when you look at what they've been like, oh yeah, this nigga shot a kid in the face 10 years ago and didn't do no time. Ran over somebody high off pills and got probation. You know what I'm saying? It'd be shit like that. And then somebody will commit like wire fraud or like get caught with some marijuana and they in jail for like 10. That shit crazy, bro.
What about the shooting somebody? I think that speaks to 2A.
I don't think it speaks to 2A at all.
I'm
not shooting someone, not a criminal shooting someone. That ain't 2A at all.
I'm gonna tell
that has
you why,
nothing to do with your Second Amendment.
I'm gonna tell you why 2A is so controversial and why I'm not gonna go on. I'm just gonna say this. 2A is predicated upon the fact that you have to police yourself, meaning the gun owner has to police himself, right?
Okay, I'm listening.
Have to be responsible, right? In
Hold on, I want to make a point. If I was you, I would have been like, hold, let me stop right there. But go ahead.
So I okay. So to be fair, do you agree with that statement?
I think the statement is layered.
So you think that?
I think I have to agree with the statement because I do think that that statement is correct. A part of the 2A is saying that the gun owner has to police himself within being responsible.
Yeah.
So, I also believe that statement can actually work hand in hand with a lot of things because
we're not talking about 2A only. We're not going nowhere else. We're staying there.
But I don't think that's a Second Amendment argument though. I think responsible gun ownership, yeah, should be practiced. I think,
but hold on. But you saying in so many words that 2A there's a large percentage of 2A that says, hey, this responsible person can be responsible with this gun.
Yeah. Your Second Amendment right is the right to bear arms. With that being said, you have to fit certain criteria and pass qualifications to exercise said right to bear arms.
Okay, that's all cool. So now what I'm saying is what happens next is, as long as I can prove that what I did was responsible, I can do whatever, bro.
I can't do whatever, no.
But I'm saying, if I say you came on my property and I asked you to leave and you didn't leave and I shoot you on my property, according to my 2A, I can say, responsibly speaking, I asked him to leave. He didn't leave. I was in fear that he was going to do something more, so I shot him.
That's not 2A.
No, why it's 2A?
That's not 2A at all.
Oh, no, why it's 2A?
Why is it 2A?
It's 2A because I've already said you can have this weapon.
That's not 2A. So do you know? All right. So time out. Do you know that gun laws vary from state to state? So the gun laws that are not, these are not Second Amendment laws. The gun laws and the and I'm probably saying it wrong, but the gun laws and the rules of engagement differ from Texas to Illinois to New York to, you know what I'm saying, to Pennsylvania. Like, these laws of engagement differ from place to place. New York has castle laws. Texas doesn't. Yeah. You have to fit certain criteria to exercise your Second Amendment right in some places. You know what I'm saying? Some places, Texas has recently adopted this, but beforehand, for years it was an issue because Texas was not a constitutional carry state. So
Yeah.
you have a difference between constitutional carry, which to some people, constitutional carry is gives the citizen who fits the criteria and qualifications the right to fully exercise their Second Amendment right. Before recently, and I'm only talking about Texas because that's where we're from, I couldn't fully, there was no constitutional carry. I had to have a license to carry, a concealed license, a concealed carry license to carry my weapon with me wherever I go. And even with that, there are some places I can't take my weapon into. Places like New York, they have like council laws, and I could be saying this the wrong way, but from my elementary understanding of it is, if someone breaks into my home, I have to flee to the furthest point of my home before I can turn around and I can shoot at you. Even in Texas, if you're on my property, if you break in my home
Mhm.
and you have your back turned and you're running out, I can't shoot you dead because I shot you in the back. You were fleeing. That means that the threat was leaving. If I feel like I'm in fear of my life and you're approaching me in a violent manner and I shoot off a warning shot either in the air or in the ground, I'm going to jail because that's negligence. So the only time I should even discharge my weapon is if I'm shooting at a target, which means I'm at the range shooting at a target, I'm in the field shooting at game, or I'm in the fear of my life and I am protecting my family, myself, or my property.
Okay. I don't want to go into it.
No, I
'Cause-
would love to hear your opinion of it. Because
because
I'm
what
not
I'm
saying
saying,
that that's right. I'm just stating what I know, what I believe in. And
what
I'm
I'm
not
saying
saying my
is,
belief is right. Maybe my belief is wrong.
we're not talking about right or wrong. What I'm saying is that what ends up happening, and I think that when we worked at the place that we no longer
Mm-hmm.
work at, some of the reasons why the things that we implicated worked so well is because they gave us a shell of how they wanted things to work. And then we turned around and added real life applications.
Mm-hmm.
So they're saying, okay, between this time and this time, we want this to happen. And we said, well, okay, that sounds cool, but I know it's going to take 7 minutes for this, 7 minutes for that, 2 minutes for this, 3 minutes. So really, you're getting 20 minutes of this thing that you want, and you got 7 minutes pre and post and 2 minutes each way of getting ready time, or fixing stuff, or just random stuff might happen, right? So when you speak about the law, and I've said this many times, you have three different levels of it, bro. You have people who make the law, who make it in these terms and say, like, yeah, you got to run to the farthest part of your house. You got people who have to live, the person who's in the house, who's like, man, okay, someone broke in my house. I'm scared, but even though I'm scared and I'm not, I got to run to the furthest part of my house.
Mm-hmm.
People who have to enforce that law, we got to come in and say, well, they broke in your house. Where were you when you shot them? Oh, you weren't in the first part of your house. Like, it's three different levels of how this is dealt with, and you know what I mean. So what I'm saying is, there's so much left up to the individual, and at the end of the day, what you end up having is you have individuals being the police, and not being the police as if they, but they're turning into like, okay, well, I have to make the decision. I'm a banker. I'm a basketball coach. I'm a car salesman. I'm a something that has nothing to do with law enforcement. But now I got to make this decision that's a law enforcement. This is a like this is a life or death law enforcement type decision.
So I guess what I'm hearing is your argument or your point you're making is citizens shouldn't be placed in the position where they have to make that split second decision, life or death.
No,
Is this
that's
no
all
no
I'm
no
saying.
no? Is this like, am I breaking the law? Am I not? when it
No, no,
comes
no.
to
Not
gun
that.
ownership.
I'm saying that. I'm not saying they shouldn't be put in that system. I'm saying that when you start putting them in that position, now you're going to start having what you have. You're going to start having Kyle Rittenhouses. You're going to start having situations. You're going to start having George Zimmermans where the citizen might have been morally wrong, but legally they're okay.
Florida's a stand your ground state, and that's what apparently Zimmerman got off on. But there were holes in that because Zimmerman, from my understanding of it, he thought the kid was doing something he wasn't supposed to,
Yeah, yeah,
and he
yeah,
approached him right
yeah.
with his weapon because he was the neighborhood watch or some shit. But he was on the phone with 911,
Okay,
and from my understanding, 911 told him not to approach the kid.
I agree. But question, but you can skip because the all that doesn't matter. It
It does
matters.
matter.
It doesn't matter.
I think it matters
I'm gonna
because,
tell you why that
but
matters.
I'm gonna tell you why I think it matters because I feel like if I'm neighborhood watch, I'm not the police. I'm neighborhood watch. I'm supposed to be watching. Okay,
Yeah.
so if I see some suspicious activity going on at my neighbor's house or in my area, at best, I'm supposed to follow at a distance and call the police and tell them what I've observed. And then I let the trained professionals come deal with that. I don't think I'm supposed to go engage said person.
Now, okay, I agree. So what happens when I engage the person and that person gets the whooping on my ass, right?
Right. Am I allowed to say I'm in fear of my life and shoot them dead?
I'm saying how much of an ass whooping do I take before I can shoot him?
I feel like if you are the initiator of the interchange, or if you're the I don't think you can say I'm defending my life. My life was in danger if I am the initiator of the situation. And I think that's what just happened with the what's the young man who got gunned down while he was jogging?
But I'm asking you,
Ahmaud Arbery.
how much of an ass whooping do I take before I can shoot you?
If you initiated the situation, bro, then you take whatever ass whooping you get, bro. There is no I'm gonna get my ass whooped too bad. I gotta shoot this nigga. It ain't one, bro. And honestly, that shouldn't be like an option. That shouldn't be a viable option. I started some bullshit. I'm getting my ass whooped. Let me shoot somebody. That ain't that to me. That ain't my life in danger. Your pride might be in danger, but your life ain't in danger.
So how many times in our communities do you hear the comment? In fact, we ain't gotta go that far. How many? What? Do I want to say that? I guess I'll say it. Rest in peace, C. Dre. When y'all, it wasn't even an argument; it was disagreement.
Right.
When y'all got in disagreement,
Right.
what did he do?
He pulled out a 22 on me, a rifle at that.
And what did he say?
He said I was too big, bro.
How
Pause.
many times?
R.I.P. C. Drizzy.
Yeah, how many times do we hear that conversation in our communities or in any community?
But see, that's the problem, though, bro. And that's the problem. And it ain't just our community, bro. That shit happens throughout many communities. You dig? And I don't. And to me, that example, and outside of C. Dre, just when that happens, that example is not the example of responsible gun ownership, because me owning a firearm ain't me owning a firearm. That shit ain't the fucking wild card for when I get into a dispute. I pull it out like, ha ha ha, nigga, I got the gun. Fuck you. That ain't it, bro. If I'm in a situation where I'm talking trash, bro, and I get into a fisticuffs, bro, I gotta do the fisticuffs. And if he bests me in the fisticuffs, I got my ass beat. Now,
what was Friday about?
huh?
Friday was about gun control. Friday was about gun control.
Friday was about put the guns down. Friday was about what? Friday was about the issues with poor gun ownership and people having guns that shouldn't have guns.
No. Friday was saying, why do you, in fact, his exact words was, why do you need that gun? You think that gun makes you a man?
The gun doesn't make you a man, bro. The
And
gun
then
is a tool.
that's what
You
I'm
know what?
saying.
If a nigga break in my house, if a nigga breaks in my house,
We're not talking about that.
now listen
We
to what I'm saying. No. Listen to what I'm saying.
okay,
If a
keep going.
nigga breaks in my house, and you know
Change
what? I might
narrative.
I could be the gun owner who's a responsible gun owner who could be
Change the
killed. Who
narrative, man.
listen to what I'm saying. Who could be killed by a young person? Because I ain't gonna lie to you. If I'm sitting in my home and a nigga breaking my house and I realize he a 15, 16-year-old nigga, I'm gonna hesitate. I ain't gonna shoot him. You wanna know why? Because I especially if you're a black man, because the last person on earth I want to shoot is a black man. I do not carry a gun waiting to shoot. First off, I don't carry a gun itching to shoot somebody, and the last person I want to even have to shoot is a black man.
But we're not talking about a person breaking it.
No, but listen to what I'm saying.
The narrative, bro.
But listen to what I'm saying.
I'm listening to you, and I'm trying to cut you off.
All right,
But
you are coming off. So go ahead. Say what you're saying.
you changed the narrative
I
from
didn't. I'm
when
not trying to change the narrative. Say what you make your point, bro.
went from we were talking about two people having disagreement to somebody breaking in your house. Finish
Make,
what you're saying.
make your point, bro. I'm sorry.
No.
I didn't mean to change the narrative, bro.
I guess you did because
I
if
didn't
you
mean
make
to change the narrative. I'm sorry.
definitely did. But you know why? Because when you put it in the stance of what really happens, a lot of times when we had disagreements as individuals, whether it be our community or any community, it's not somebody breaking into your house. It's he too big, or he beat me up, or it's too many of them, or it's not a point where I'm trying to defend myself from my property being damaged. It's my pride is in the way.
But I've already made the statement of what responsible gun ownership looks like. Responsible gun ownership isn't I initiated an argument and now I initiated with that argument with someone who I don't think I can best physically, so let me pull a gun out or
And
let
they
me
got-
pull a weapon out, period. That ain't responsible gun ownership, bro. My gun shouldn't come out unless I feel like my life is in danger and I'm protecting myself, my family, or my property. So if me and you are at a cookout and me and Dwayne get into it over dominoes, I shouldn't pull a gun out because me and Dwayne got into it over dominoes. It happens, but I shouldn't do it.
So what I'm saying is, are there more instances? Like, how many instances do we have to have of Dwayne getting shot at a cookout, or how many times we have to say that he's too big, I shot him, or how many times we have to say that how many times do we have to have irresponsible situations like if you take away guns and let's say alcohol, how many cars had to get wrecked? How many lives had to been lost? But say, you know what? If you drink and drive, you go into jail whether you hit somebody or not. How long did that take?
It doesn't take long, but drinking and driving is different from responsible gun ownership and protecting yourself. If you're being if you're
what I'm
being
saying.
if you're being irresponsible and you're just shooting somebody, bro, you're gonna go to jail.
Progress.
Yeah, man. I think that at the end of the day, it's like I I'm not disagreeing with like
You wanna know what I truly feel? So I truly feel this. So I think the whole two-way conversation, I don't think anyone and I know when you bring the conversations up, it's not about a right or wrong. I know you don't do that. So I think honestly, I think you can. It's one of those things that's so I don't want to say controversial, but it's a topic that both sides truly can be correct. People who say guns are bad, guns need to be taken off the streets, no one should have a gun. I can see why someone would have that take, and I can understand why they would want that. The people who say, you know, the two-way right is a need. It's our constitutional right to bear arms, and I will die before I let you take that right away. I understand that too
but why though?
because it's all right.
Hold on,
Just
hold
like
on,
anything.
hold
No,
on,
no,
hold
no,
on,
no.
hold
Let
on.
me finish. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Just like anything, and it's a way for you to protect yourself. I think that you're crazy if you don't want to make sure that if you check off all the boxes, I can protect myself by any means. I think the most responsible gun ownership I will ever have is the only time I fire my firearm is unless I am training or I am hunting. I think that if your mindset is I'm buying a gun waiting to shoot someone, that person should never possess a gun. The problem is I don't know how you can police that to stop those type of people from owning a firearm.
What I'm saying is, and I'm gonna go to.
But I don't
right.
think your take is wrong. So I don't think your take is wrong. I can't say I can't I me being a pro 2A guy, I will never say, Boog, you're wrong for your take. How can you feel that way? That's crazy. I can't say that because truly that's how you feel.
Oh, but I'm saying, but I'm not even going that route. I'm saying this: how can the Constitution be so right and my right be my constitutional right be so? How can you be so adamant about the Constitution, but then be like the Constitution wasn't made for us?
I think the Constitution was made. So there are parts of the Constitution that weren't made. When the Constitution was made, it wasn't made. I don't think it was made with black people in mind, simply because of the place that we were in society. But when you look at the Constitution was made for the U.S. citizen. Now, once we as black people actually have our rights as U.S. citizens, then it's made for us.
No,
it's not.
No.
So nothing in the Constitution should fit us. Are there things that you enjoy right now that are a constitutional right? Well, throw that shit out the window because that shit wasn't made for me.
What I'm saying is like this. If the Constitution, if we agree that the Constitution wasn't made to apply or to benefit black people, do we agree about that?
Yeah, because I don't think we were considered citizens at the time. I think the Constitution was made to benefit citizens. I think at the time, black people weren't necessarily considered citizens. That doesn't mean once we got that right to be considered citizens, things in the Constitution didn't work for us. I'm not saying that. I get it. I get totally what you're saying.
I'm saying, do you think that the Constitution was made when it was written? Do you think who in particular do you think it was made to benefit or to
the citizen? It was made to benefit the citizen.
Who? What type of citizen? What describe that citizen?
Well, see, now you're trying to box me into an answer. The answer would be the free citizen or the free man, which would be at that point it would be a Caucasian male because black people weren't free. If that's what you're hinting at.
No, I'm hinting
at that. Just like the Grammy take, we've evolved, right? No, time out. Like you said, we've evolved. Things aren't the same that they were in the past. So we are actually citizens now. And
they are the same, bro.
Well, time out. We can't, and see, that's my only beef. So we can't say, like we kind of had last week, where we can't say, well, shit evolved in that take from that mindset then till now, but then turn around and say, well, shit ain't evolved. It's the same. Like we can't say evolution has happened when we want it to happen, but then say evolution doesn't happen when we don't want it to happen. Like we can't say that.
No, what I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is that the Constitution, like what I'm saying, when we talk about the Grammys, and when I said it's involved, I said the Grammys they look different. The everything about the Grammys from 1960 to 2020 is different. They never had the same law.
Hold on, let me stop you. So the landscape of politics from when the Constitution was wrote, we had zero representation, right? I'm asking you, right?
No.
We had zero representation, right?
No.
So now when you evolve to now, we have representation in politics. Is that correct?
But
do we have representation in politics? I'm asking. I'm not saying that our representation in politics is fair or even handled correctly, but I'm asking, do we have representation in politics?
Let me answer your question.
No. Answer that question for me, though.
Man, I'm going to answer the question.
No, answer the question.
I'm trying to, but you
No,
keep
no,
cutting.
just I'm saying, do we have representation in politics? I want you to, I want you to expound on your point you're going to make. But I'm asking, do we have representation in politics?
Answer your question. That's all I want to do.
I just want you to say yes, and then I want you to tell me the story you're going to tell me. Say
Oh,
yes or say no. Do we have representation or not?
there's no story.
Do we
All-
have representation or not?
So can I answer your question? The first question you asked me?
The first question was, do we have representation?
No, the first question you asked me is that we have representation then.
Did we
And
have representation in politics then?
I said yes, we did.
Okay, we did. Who was that?
We had there was black senators and black congressmen in the second and third I forgot what you call it, but there were black senators and congressmen in Congress back then.
Okay.
And there were black senators and black congressmen now.
All right.
So representation might have more now, but there was some then and now.
Well, let me
But
ask you a question before you expound on that. Do you think that when the Constitution was wrote, you say we had black representation when the Constitution was wrote? Do you think that we, what time out? When the Constitution was wrote, were we free? Were there free black people? Were there free slaves? Or were there still slaves? Were there free people when the Constitution was wrote, or were we still enslaved and we were slaves?
they're both.
It was both. So it was free people and slaves.
Yeah.
So when we had the representation back then, did we have full representation when that document was created? Did we have full input that represented Black America then?
No.
Okay.
There
Now,
was no America.
huh?
There was no black America.
All right. It was just the new America, and they wrote a constitution,
Yeah.
and that constitution didn't reflect black people.
It didn't. It did.
It did.
reflected-
Okay. All right. So go ahead.
It reflected us in a certain light, and we were three persons of man.
Right. We were.
And so what I'm saying is, if what you're saying is that document is the counterpiece or the centerpiece of what we're going by, and what I'm saying is that document is dated and out of whack, then we can't keep going to that document and saying we gotta change that document. It gotta change, or we gotta have a different document. But
So
we
how
can't-
much? All right. So how much of that document would you change?
The whole thing.
And so what are some of the things that you know off rip that you would change and you would implement that would reflect society as a whole?
We would have to change the freedom of religion, because
What does it say about the freedom of religion?
it says that we have the right that freedom of religion is a right, but in the same breath, they speak about certain religions in certain ways. Like there's a connotation, like most everything that goes to the Supreme Court usually comes down to 1 through 10. Those are the arguments that they argue in the Supreme Court most of the time. Roe versus Wade, or if it's the right to bear arms. All these, what they argue is 1 through 10 because those are the core values of the United States.
All right. Well, let me ask you this. Do you think in America you have the right to practice the freedom of religion? That you can pretty much practice whatever religion you want to?
No.
You don't think that? Why not?
I think that if you practice certain religions, then there are certain that you, like, people are religiously persecuted all the time, bro.
Well, you're gonna have, and so I think you're confusing.
I'm saying it's systemically,
But I think you're confusing people's personal prejudice with the right to practice whatever religion you want. I think America is one of the only places you truly can practice whatever religion you want. Like, me and you can make up a religion today and practice that shit next week. And as long as we ain't killing people in the name of the Church of Bug and Dub, we Gucci.
But what I'm saying is
I can't do that in China or North Korea.
But you name communist countries, bro.
I'm just telling you why I can't do it, and I'm telling you where we can do it.
What about
Go ahead.
France? What about France? What about Mexico?
I don't know too much about France. I mean, Mexico, you can't do too much unless you pay the police. I mean, I feel like if we pay the federales enough, we can do what the fuck we want to in Mexico.
What I'm saying is being able to do something and being able to do it without persecution is why the law is there, not so you can just do it, but also that I can do it without persecution. Like it's one thing to say I can start my own church. It's another thing to say I can start my own church, but they ain't gonna let me open the church. They ain't gonna give me the permits systemically because I'm not falling under certain guides. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but that ain't saying that I don't have the right to practice whatever religion I want.
Bro, what you're saying is really what you're saying is you're speaking in theory. Like, well, if you want to start whatever
What
you
is
want
Scientology? And do I have the right to practice Scientology in America? I'm
hold
asking.
on. You have the right to wherever you want to in America.
I'm asking, do I have the right to practice Scientology in America?
Yes.
If me and you get the okay from the Church of Scientology,
Yeah.
do me and you have a right to open up a branch in Houston?
Yes.
Young James Boogie AR Dubs Church of Scientology?
Okay, where you gonna open up at?
I mean, wherever we want to, as long as. And so when it comes to the permits and
I'm
all of
talking
that,
about
time out. When it comes to the permitting and all of that, that is not a constitutional issue. That's an issue between us, the city, and zoning and all of that bullshit. And it comes down to the amount of bread that I'm gonna pay to get my permits to put whatever I need to put up.
So question. So what I'm saying is when if a Catholic church says I want to open a church, they say, oh, your church is free of charge. You just pay the property tax. When a Scientology church comes in and says I want to open up, oh, you Scientology, we ain't never heard of that. Well, you got to pay X, 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 X. That literally is breaking the law. You can't charge me different because my religion. That's
Well,
what
see,
the
I don't. So I don't know. I don't know how true that is. I don't know how true it is. I don't have any experience. I'm not trying to discredit what you're saying. What I'm saying is I don't know how true that is.
I'm telling you, that's what that every case that goes, well, not every case, but the majority of cases that go to the federal courts are infringements upon my federal rights. So Roe versus Wade is like how can you the state tell me what I can do with my body? How can you tell me that? Who are you to tell me what I can do with my body? I got the right to do whatever I want to my. This is my body.
I mean, you know that happen. You know that happens with Second Amendment cases too, though, right?
Exactly. But what I'm saying,
so I don't get what I don't get what the point you're trying to make is.
The point is that if these laws were written in 1776, bro, it's 2021. How are we? There's nothing from 1776 that we still do in 2021, fiscally, financially, systemically, socially. So why am I still living by them laws? Name something that we did. Name one thing that George Washington did every day in his everyday life, socially, systemically, and financially that we do today in 2021.
I don't know if I can name that, sir, but can you name something that we probably don't?
That we don't do?
Yeah.
Again?
Name something that we don't do that he did do. So name something in that same case that you just asked me that he doesn't do, or I'm sorry. Name something in that same example that you just asked me that we don't do now that he would have did now, that he would have did then.
We don't hunt for our food.
We don't who?
We don't hunt for our food.
But you don't hunt for your food. I'm pretty sure that there are some people who hunt for their food.
We don't hunt for our food the percentage of people that hunt for their food is in the single digits.
I don't know if I can say that, sir. Can you? Okay. Where are you pulling your data from? And I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm just trying to say when you throw that blanket statement across like that, I think you should have at least some viable data. Because I know right now I can pick up my phone and it doesn't matter what color they are or religion they are, but I have at least 5 people in my contacts that I know for a fact that look forward to deer season, to duck hunting season. They go hunt some of this game to fill refrigerators to feed multiple people of their family with meat for over a month.
For sport.
Well, they're feeding their family with it. It doesn't matter if it's sport or not. They're feeding their family. They're feeding their family with it, sir.
What I'm saying is, you're saying you what you're trying to do is
there are people who grow crops to feed their family. Am I correct?
I can tell you the numbers on farmers. I know for sure.
There are people who fish on a regular and they feed their family with the fish that they catch.
Once again, I can tell you for the numbers on people, on farmers, 9% of the population farms for their food. I know that number for sure.
That's great. But
But
what I'm saying is, if
so
you're
so
trying,
hold on, hold on, hold on.
if you're trying to say said person, and I don't want to stay here too much long. I feel like we've been here too long. If you're trying to say someone shouldn't own a gun because there's no need to hunt for your food, to hunt wild game to eat, I feel like you better have a concrete number of people that you know don't hunt wild game to feed their family before you just throw it out there and say you don't need a gun. You don't need a gun to hunt wild game because you don't need to feed your family with it.
See, and this type of conversations where a younger bug, a younger bug would go left, but a more mature and docile bug would just be like, "You talking out the side of your face, bro?"
I'm
Because
not talking outside of my face, bro. Because if the true conversation has always been we don't need automatic weapons,
no,
that's
just hold
great.
on.
We
No, no,
don't
no.
a hunting rifle. You don't have to go hunt with an AR-15, bro.
You're trying to convince me that there's a multi-billion-dollar grocery business. There's a problem with our country with obesity and processed food, but somehow we still hunt. Come on, bro. That don't even equate, bro.
How many
We
people do you know hunt?
nah, we have type two.
How many people do you know hunt?
We
And you
have
do
type.
realize that
You know what I'm
how many
saying?
people do you know
We
hunt?
have type two diabetes,
That has
bro.
nothing to do with hunting for your own food, bro.
Every
That has everything to do with lifestyle and processed food choices.
I'm trying to tell you. So how do we have a country that created a type of diabetes because of their eating habits, but then you try to tell me that there's a large amount of people that hunt? No, bro, that don't even equate.
I
That's
didn't
like
say
saying
that. I said give me the number of people that you know don't hunt for their food.
gotta give you a number, bro. I can give you the factual of what happened. The evidence is in the
But you're
proof
not
is.
giving me any facts though. Because also type 2 diabetes has nothing to do with if you hunt for your food and eat or not.
Has
Some
to do
of
with
it is lifestyle
your diet.
choices. Some of it is the amount of processed some of it is the amount of sugar you intake. Some of
Exactly.
it actually is genetics.
Exactly.
So it's more than just one factor. And I don't
But
think
three, four
diabetes
factories, three.
I don't think diabetes is a measuring stick to say people don't hunt for their food, because you can go as far back as to ancient Egypt and find evidence that ancient Egypt civilizations dealt with many diseases, including diabetes. So it has nothing to do with the hunting for the food.
So what you're saying is that we gather food and we have food shortages or food. The way we process food is the exact same as we did as in the ancient Egypt or in 1776.
Oh, well, of course, I would be stupid if I said that.
Okay, so you're saying that I can't go to any city in Texas, in Houston. I mean, I'm sorry, in the United States, and probably, in fact, I would go as far to say I've never been in a city that doesn't have some type of grocery store that has. If you come on, bro, this
But I don't understand I don't truly understand what your angle is. Are you
my,
saying
my
are you
is
saying that there's no need to hunt for your own food, so you don't need a weapon to hunt for food?
that's not what I'm saying. We're not
So
even
what are you
talking.
saying then?
You're trying to make it a weapons thing. I'm
I'm
trying
not.
to.
I'm literally trying to figure out what your point is about the hunting for food.
My point is the need to hunt for food in 2021 is not even is so far removed from 2000 and I mean from 1776. Like in 1776, I couldn't get on my phone and be like, send me a meal. I couldn't do that. But then you trying to convince me, or you trying to make the point to me to say that, well, I know people who go feed their families with fish.
But I
That's
do.
because but that's their
It could be
choice.
because yeah, you're right. It's their choice. They don't have the right to have their choice.
And what I'm saying, also
I'm
what I'm
asking
saying
you.
is
I'm asking you. Do they have the right to have that choice?
they do. But I'm also
So
saying
I don't
that
understand.
people in that choice,
But
man,
I don't understand the basis of the argument then.
the basis is that at, in our society in 2021, to go and fish is a choice. You can get fresh fish without. You can go to the fucking supermarket, bro, and get fresh fish, man. What are you talking about, man? What are you saying?
So what does that have to do with someone's choice
Oh,
to go
what are
fish
you
and grab a
saying?
fish
What
and
are
bring it
you
home and
saying?
cook?
For
What's
real,
wrong with
what are
that?
you saying? No, but what are you saying for real?
But what
You
are you
say
saying for real though?
saying that you trying to make a point that people go out and buy and you hunt and go get food when I can get that same fresh food at the supermarket, bro. So
So
what
your
are you
choice is so your point that you're making is there's no need to go hunt or fish for food when I can go to HEB and grab it fresh from the aisle. So there's no need for you to even go out there and hunt and fish. Is that what you're saying?
almost?
All right, well, cool. And all I'm saying is that is a take, that is your opinion, and you can have that opinion, but also it's the American citizen right to go out and fish or hunt for said food if they want to.
So let's move on to rights and how we're not talking about guns or anything. We're just about rights. How important are your rights to you?
I feel like this is a losing conversation, but go ahead.
I'm asking you a question. How important?
I don't
Why is
even
it?
I don't even know. I would love to hear your take.
I asked you a question. You asked me. You
I
tell me
told you
what.
I don't know. I said I don't know. I would love to hear your take.
Said. What I think is that we or this society, the one we live in, I'm talking about the American society, has arguments over rights, has debates over rights. This is my right to do this. This is my right to do that. But we're the same society that's not giving or understanding of rights to begin with. Like we don't know the difference between civil and human rights. Like we like it's too many examples of rights being mishandled, abused, and how do they abuse those rights? How do they misuse those rights? What do they use to abuse and mishandle those rights? They use the Constitution. But this is the same Constitution that you're saying, well, let's follow it because it's made for citizens, but it's made for a particular type of citizen. So why are we not rewriting the Constitution, man?
I thought that's where this was going. So what do you propose? You propose to tear the Constitution up that we have
Yeah, why not?
and rewrite it.
Why not?
That's fine. So, what are some of the proposals you have to rewrite? Like, do you have any examples or any thoughts of what you would take away and what you would add or what you would revise?
I would take the entire Constitution, bro.
No, I get that. I get the point that you would take the entire Constitution and rip it up. What I'm
And
asking you is, do you have any examples of some things that you would put in a new Constitution, like some things that you think we as a society need in a new Constitution? Because I feel like you feel very strongly about this, so I would assume that you have some ideas of what should go into a new Constitution.
a new Constitution would have to have, to me, it would take a gathering of 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 people, whether it be LG, it would be the LBGQ2XYZ community, it would be the African American communities, it would be it would be the Asian communities, the Arabic, Paki, all the communities that are in the United States, and they would have to sit down for a 10-year period or a 5-year period. It wouldn't happen in 1 year. It would be a 10-year period or five, and sit down and use the old Constitution as as a template. Where we rewrite the laws to fit today's society. What I'm saying is, like, it's not about somebody being against this Constitution. I'm just saying that I can't apply the thing, like, it's with anything, bro. Times change, people change. Man, I don't think that man can't do XYZ like we thought. We didn't know about certain things in 2000 BC. So the way that I viewed the world was different because I didn't
Gotcha.
understand certain
So
things.
so give me an example of something that is in the Constitution now that you know needs to be rewritten. And
13th Amendment.
no, talking about. And if you could sit on a panel, give me an example of something that you would suggest to
Me,
replace it with.
me personally,
Yeah, you personally. I would love to know you personally because essentially what you're saying is, and I'm not disagreeing, what you're saying is we need to take the old Constitution, rip it up because that reflected times then. We're in a new time now, and within a new time now, our Constitution needs to reflect what the everyday person in America would reflect. And that everyday person in America is multicultural, and has a different outlook and view of life. So I think if that is going to be a successful task to be done, it doesn't need to be career lawmakers or career politicians who've been in politics for 40 years. It needs to be forward thinking individuals who look like the normal everyday citizen. So that should be a panel of normal everyday citizens with those lawmakers making those changes. So if I was the lawmaker or if I was the politician tasked with this, I would have town hall meetings across America with people just like yourself, just like myself, who are everyday working citizens. And I would say, what part of the country, give me something you have issue with, and give me an example of what you will replace it with.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you why the way you want to do it is ideally.
Talk about. And this is the only issue I be having sometimes. Sometimes we'll have these theoretical conversations, and I'll listen to your take.
I ain't.
And no, time out. No, time out. And it's not about a right or wrong.
No, but
I'll give you an example, and I just be wanting to answer, and then you start off telling me what's flawed about my position I'm taking.
You know why? Because, bro,
see, I knew it. Go ahead, tell me why.
Can you tell me the 10 amendments, the 10 amendments, the first 10 amendments, the Bill of Rights, off the top of your head?
I can't tell you without not looking at it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I got to pull it up and look at it. Okay. But the other piece is I don't feel as strongly as you about tearing it up or anything like that.
You don't even know but you don't have to tear them up or not. You don't know the Bill of Rights, bro.
I don't. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna sit and tell you I do.
And I'm not saying that. I'm not pointing you out. I'm just saying.
No, you are, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm not. But see, the other thing is, this isn't as strong on my plate as it is on yours. That's why I'm asking you. I'm asking you as a person. No, what time out? I'm asking you as a person who feels this strongly about it. So I am assuming that you've done the work and you have some examples of what you think should differ.
Okay, now I'm gonna go in the old book.
No, you can't. But and so this is my thing, bro. If I sat here, I ain't gonna lie to you. If I sat here if I sat here and really felt strongly about something, usually I'm gonna come.
That's how you feel.
You're right. Go ahead. Tell me how you feel, bro.
That's how. What I'm saying is, my argument ain't for me, but my argument is really for you, bro. Because you the person that's saying you don't really know what the Bill of Rights are, and I'm telling you it ain't for you. So you telling me, well, since you know them, tell me how they work.
What do you mean ain't for me?
Because, bro, they not for you, bro. The whole situation is not for you. It was made for it was made for white homeowners, bro. That's what it was made for.
Well, I don't know the Bill of Rights off the top of my head. To be honest with you.
I'm not saying about you. I'm saying that's the average person doesn't know off the top of their head, bro. So what I'm saying is you have a whole Bill of Rights that are your core rights for being in this country. And I would say roughly off the top of my head, I can guarantee you as 10 people, only 4 of the 10 are gonna know the Bill of Rights off the top of their head. Go to work one day and ask people.
Can I ask you a question?
What?
What's the Bill of Rights?
The rights are the first 10 amendments.
No. I know what they are. I'm asking you, what are they?
Freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of press, freedom of not be persecuted by to not be persecuted for your religion. Let me think. Press, religion. I fall into the category, man. But what I'm saying is,
time out. And that's the other thing I really be tripping on. Like, I'm not finna. No. Time out. I'm not finna sit here. I'm not. Time out. No. Time out. No. Time out. I'm not gonna sit here, and I'm not gonna do that, and then I can't educatedly speak on it or X, Y, and Z. So I'll tell you, I don't know.
I'm not. But see, you keep trying to make it about who know what. Who I'm just.
I'm not trying to make. All I'm trying to say is if I'm really gonna take a deep dive into this, and I'm gonna say with this much conviction that X, Y, and Z needs to be changed, take it away from the Bill of Rights. If I'm gonna say the rule about traveling in basketball needs to be changed,
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure I know that rule through and through.
Why?
No,
Why?
time out.
Why?
I'm telling you why. So when I'm asked about why I think it should be changed, I can tell you the current law, what it needs to be changed to, and why I think said rule needs to be changed, how it can affect, how it can better the game, and how it's holding the game back. That's just me. If I'm gonna feel that strongly about something,
Check this out. So I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, you don't know. You play football. You watch football. You don't know all the rules of football.
I do not.
But you can say, man, you know what? They calling the game differently. When you see the results, that's what I'm saying. This is why I say what you be saying be some bullshit, bro. Because you can look at the results. You don't have to know the defined points of something to know the results. You like I was just telling you earlier, this dude got hit real hard on a game at the football game. He got hit hard and they threw a flag automatically, not because he hit him in the head, not because he used anything, because he hit him hard. The rules have changed. The 5 points of the rules have changed. It's written in the rule book. I don't know the rule. You don't know the rule, but we do know that what we saw and the results is not something we like.
Well, they're trying to take violent hits out the game, so they probably threw a flag because they thought it was helmet to helmet. And they probably picked the flag up because after reviewing the play, they realized that it wasn't a helmet to helmet tackle. So that's not an issue at all. What happened was something happened. They threw a flag. They reviewed the footage or they reviewed the evidence and realized there was no foul done. They picked the flag up and the game continued as normal. There's no foul in that.
Now, perfect. Now, this happens every day. This happens every day in our justice system. They say, oh, man, something happened. Let's go. Man, I don't know what happened, but them dudes over there was involved. Lock them up. And then 30 years later, man, y'all exonerated to go home. Like it's the same exact thing, bro.
That's an example of the system not working. Because the work that was done 30 years later should have been done 30 years prior. But sometimes these things happen because certain agendas were being pushed. Like the justice system isn't flawed because the concepts of it are flawed. It's flawed because of the people who are executing the concepts of the justice system.
The concept is flawed, bro. Because the concept.
I think the concept is you're innocent until proven guilty. The flaw is the bias that is in said certain people are considered guilty before proven innocent, and certain people get the benefit of the doubt, and then politics and money and greed and all of that shit starts playing a part in it. Like the justice system isn't the problem. The problem is the judges who like the one judge who got found guilty of sending people to jail because he was getting paid by the amount of people who are going to jail because of privatized prisons. That's a flaw in the system.
Keep rolling. I'm rolling with you because now
the actual system. Probably the actual system of judgment saying you're innocent until proven guilty, and if you're proven guilty, you go serve your time over here. Once you start dabbling in the privatized prisons and some of these loopholes and payola over here and politics being played over there, I remember I had to, when I was working for the company we won't mention, I had to go to court for and I know you know about this. I had to go to court for a case that I was involved in simply because some things were reported to us. And I guess I was a witness. So I had to go to court and I would sit in court for like 3 hours at a time, waiting for our case to be heard. And then I would see, people coming in for different cases, and I would see court appointed lawyers and district attorney and the judge. They would all have a sidebar before people came in. And literally, bro, it was like bargaining. It was like, yeah, if you let me get X, Y, and Z guilties, I'll give these three people over here leniency. This guy did something heinous and egregious. He's going to get X amount of years. But if we can get convictions one over here, we can figure it out. We can play ball. We can, if he pleads guilty, we can figure this out. So it ain't all about right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's politics being played in that shit.
Okay, question. Do you think that in 1776, when they wrote the Constitution, do you think that these types of deals or these types of bargaining chips were in effect or were thought about?
Of course they were. No matter what laws on the books, man. No matter what laws on the books, people are gonna go find gray area to operate in.
Okay, so check this out. What I'm saying is, do you think in 1776 that they thought, damn, we're gonna have these things where you can actually have video of the thing that happens before it happens? Like, there's so many changes in the situation. Like,
I ain't gonna lie to you, Buck. I don't think that Bug. I don't think that matters. I don't think that the change of technology. I don't think the changes in technology change the basis of what justice and law should be. The only
uh,
thing I think the only thing technology does is makes the job of fact finding more easier. That's
see,
all I think it does.
what I'm saying is, in the case of Emmett Till, when the white woman says he whistled at me,
Yep.
and they go chase him down,
Yep.
right? So you think in 2021 that you can't be easily be like, no, look, I was on my phone. How am I whistle on the phone? I was talking the whole time. Like, it's so many other
I
things.
think I think I think in the case of Emmett Till, and I don't want to speak, ill of anything. I think in the case of Emmett Till, back then they knew, just like we found out later on, it had nothing to do. First off, whistling at a white woman shouldn't be justification to get beat to death.
I
First
agree.
off, so that had nothing to do with the basis of the justice system. That had everything to do with how the justice system was manipulated, working in a gray area because of someone's prejudice. You mean
That's
to
what I'm,
tell me that you really think that whistling at a white woman was an offense to get beat to death, and the people who beat him to death should be found innocent?
no, what I'm saying is that uh
That has nothing to do with justice being blind and all that bullshit. That had everything to do with a prejudice against a certain race and operating in the gray area and making sure someone got off and someone didn't. Like, that's what that shit was about.
no, what I'm saying is, and this is last. I'm not that I'm tired of the subject, but I want to
I'm
go.
tired of it.
Um, I think that the part that I feel like you're not looking at is that there are so many advances that we have culturally, socially, that affect the way we see things. Like I say all the time, the reason why, the reason why when people of certain colors, whether it be black, white, orange, green, purple, whatever color you want to say, look at other races a certain way, is because the only interaction they've ever had with those people is through a medium. I'm like, there are people in like, I went to college in a place where somebody had never had a conversation with a black person or a person from India or a person from Africa. And this is in the 90s, 2000s. There are people right now today who've never had like, you've probably never had a conversation with somebody from Somalia,
That's not true, but go ahead.
or you let me see, country from Australia.
That's not true, but go ahead.
So you've had a conversation with everybody from every country in the world.
Well, I don't know if I've had a conversation from everybody in the world, but I think that I grew up in a diverse enough city and times where I've had conversations with very diverse people. The fact,
How?
what you mean how? Just living life. Just some of the jobs I've taken, working in oil and gas. When you work in oil and gas, you're literally working in a melting pot of people from all areas of the
Exactly.
world.
And you
Working
were
for the
on the-
YMCA, you're actually working in a melting pot of people from different areas of the world. Hell, living in Houston, you're living amongst a melting pot of people from all areas of the world.
Check this
So
out. Hold on. I'm gonna show you something. What language do Ugandans speak?
What's he talking about? I don't know what language Ugandans speak because
Okay,
when
what
I meet said people, we're in America, they're speaking English.
I'm asking you, what language do they speak?
I don't know, but you know I don't know, Boog. And you're only gonna know what language Uganda speaks because you're from Uganda.
Oh,
You're asking me said questions because you know I don't know. And
what
it's
language?
fine with that. But
What language?
your question no, time out. No. Your
Oh,
question no, time out. Your question was, have I had a conversation with someone from Australia? Is that your
yeah,
question?
yes.
I've had a conversation with someone from Australia. Well,
Language,
then
what
you
language
said
they speak?
you said have I had a conversation with somebody from where? Somalia.
Yeah.
Yes, I've had a conversation with someone from Somalia.
Okay. What language do they speak?
I don't know what language they speak.
What's their dominant religion?
I don't know what the dominant religion is.
So you had a conversation with them, but you really don't know much about them besides that individual person. But what I'm saying is there are people who all they know about Germans is Nazis. All they know about Somalians is starving people.
But
All
I
they
feel
know
like
about black people.
in 2021, if that's all you truly know, that's a problem. Like I know plenty of German people, and when I meet said German people, the first thing that comes out of my mouth is, "What's your religion?" No, it's not, bro. How's your day? What's your name? Hey man, what kind of food you like? Right now, I am building a bond with a Palestinian man, and he's not the first man from Palestine that I have even had an interaction with. I know a couple of the foods. Of course, I know the religion, and we're just bonding. And the dude is not even avid in a religion in Palestine. But you know what we did talk about? The
What?
struggles that are going on in Palestine today. And he
Yeah.
explained some of those things to me and why this is that way, why it's perceived to be this way, and how they see it. And we've
So
had that conversation.
that's perfect. So what I'm saying is, as it took you 40 years to have
It
a
didn't take me
conversation.
40 years to do that though.
So
But I
how many?
might be different because I've been in certain predicaments or I've been in certain positions to have said experiences.
I agree with you, sir. And what I'm saying is, and sometimes I think that when I'm saying you, I'm not trying to call you out in particular. So if you feel that way, I apologize. What I'm saying is, when we're talking, we're not talking about me and you in particular. We're talking about the average individual because
But see, it's dangerous in that though.
I
Because
think
because how do you know? Like how do you truly know? You don't
I
truly know.
truly know.
I don't know if we truly can speak on everyone's experience. Like
No, but
that's a hard thing to do.
you trying to you keep trying to streamline it to be like you keep speaking in extremes to say like no, duh, no, we can't talk about every single person's experience. What I'm saying is, I know somebody who I talk to every day who I'll be having to correct him like, that's not a white person, bro. That's a Hispanic person. That's not a Hispanic person, bro. That's not even a Hispanic
But
person.
time about though.
That's a Cuban.
But we also but all right, time out.
That's a
Couple of things.
Cuban. That's a so so.
Couple of things.
Yeah,
We also have to be careful about when we try to make these analogies that reflect the world. We know that we have some peers that never left the community they were born that they were raised in.
that's not
And
unique.
I feel like that's a far extreme.
That's not unique, bro. You think that's unique to have people who never like it's
I
people in
think
New
I
York who
think
never
I
lived in New
think
York.
I think there are people who have never left certain my dad has left Texas before, but he hasn't traveled. So
What I'm
he's
saying.
left Texas a couple of times, but with that being said, he's also been around Texas and he knows the difference between certain nationalities. Now, I feel like if you're in Texas and you see someone who looks like they're of Spanish descent, you're gonna think they're Mexican, but it sometimes can be hard to tell the difference between someone from Mexico, someone from El Salvadorian, a Spaniard. Like if you take them three people and put them really like in the same group, just like us. I might be from Houston, you might be from Uganda, Chuck might be from Nigeria, somebody else might be over from Somalia, somebody else might be from the Middle East. And if we all standing together, bro, to the right races, we all niggas. And let's keep it a buck. So
That's what I'm saying.
that's
That's
the
what I'm saying.
thing, bro. But I also think it's a lot of people too who in 2021 who have experienced multi cultures, and I know And they know, not just me, like they know just because I see a Latin person or a person of Latin descent, they might not necessarily be Mexican. They could be Cuban, they could be Colombian, they could be whatever. You know what I'm saying? They could be from Peru, they could be Peruvian, they can be, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it
I'm saying is, and that's why, and to agree with you, that's why when you ask somebody, you see a unique name, you don't say, you always ask like, oh, where are you from? Because you want to know, because it's courteous to say where are you from, because I'm not familiar with this name or this what you call it. Where are you from? They might say Peru, Brazil, Ecuador, whatever,
but that's
whatever.
just me not being an asshole, nigga. I ain't Ebro. I ain't Ebro, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that colorism shit, man. I like meeting different people, bro. So yeah, if I see a different name, I ain't finna just be like, oh, you ghetto X, Y, and Z. Like if I see something, I'm be like, hey, what is that, man? That's Jewish. Where you from? You know what I'm saying? Goldburn. Where you from? Huh? Where you from?
New York, nigga. That's where I'm from.
I'll be like Satole. Where you from? I'm not gonna call you shithole.
So the top 10 movies of the year, man. What's the best movie you saw this year?
Man, I ain't seen no best. Oh man, one of the top movies I saw this year was The Harder They Fall. I know that.
The Harder They Fall. What was that?
See, man, here you go, man. You be trying to be pro black, but you don't be on the pro black shit.
I see what it was, man. I see a bunch
It's
of
on
movies.
Netflix, bro. It's about the black cowboy.
You know what I ain't like about that?
Well, tell me what you ain't like about the black movie, Black Man.
The only part I ain't like about that was how
I'm lightning with the blam blams. What's up?
when they hyped up the battle between the two gunfighters.
Man, he was a hoe ass nigga, bro. And I've come to the conclusion that what's homie real name, bro? Lakeith Stanfield. He might be a hoe ass nigga in real life, bro, because he keep taking hoe ass parts, bro.
He's just a great actor, man. That's the sound of a great actor, man.
The great actor really isn't acting. The greatest actors really aren't acting.
I don't know about that one, but
the greatest actors really aren't. He was a hoe ass nigga in the what's it called movie.
Get Out. He wasn't a hoe in Get Out.
Nah,
man.
he wasn't a hoe in Get Out, but he definitely was a hoe in the. It was bad acting. I ain't watch it. The what's it called the Black Panther movie.
He wasn't in Black Panther.
I didn't say Black Panther. I said the Black Panther movie, not about the Black Panther, but the Black Panther Party. You was one of them niggas that went to see Black Panther dressed up like a Black Panther Party member, huh?
Judas and the Black Messiah.
There you go. It was some niggas that went to go see Black Panther that was dressed up like they was in the Panthers. You remember that?
I hate him, man. What's wrong with that?
Nah, when Black Panther came out, it was a bunch of old niggas that went to go see that shit. They was like, Black Panther, let me go see it. And they went to go see it not knowing it was about a fictional comic book character. They thought it was about the Black Panther Party.
I hate on our ancestors, man.
I ain't hating on nobody, bro. They came out educated.
More power to them, man.
Just like you say, man. Some people don't be knowing.
We should go to all movies like that, man.
Huh?
We should go to all movies dressed in our black attire, man. In fact, we should only go to movies that black people. Anyway, so you
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not just gonna go to only movies that black people put out. I like cinema. I'm gonna go watch movies that I think are good movies. I definitely will support the black movies, but I'm not just gonna limit myself to black movies. There's only so many Tyler Perry movies you can go watch.
I ain't seen one this year. I ain't never. Well, I don't watch.
Have you seen? So you didn't like The Harder They Fall?
I like that one part. I ain't like.
Cause he a whole ass nigga, bro. That was a fire movie though, bro.
I kind of hold up. They kind of did your boy kind of greasy too, man.
Who?
Like, I mean, okay. Let's deep dive on this. Okay. First off, no. We'll go back to that. I'm writing down right now. Harder They Fall. Okay. I want to talk about the top 10 movies of 2021. So I'll tell you the top selling movies from this year.
All right, what you got?
It was and I think I've seen them all. I'll tell you the top 15. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Ring. All right.
What is that on your list? So this list is gonna be from 15 to 1?
1 to 15 backwards.
So the top movie for you was Shang-Chi.
No, I'm talking about selling.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Ring.
That's
You know,
racist.
Venom, Let There Be Carnage.
All right,
Black
all
Widow.
right. I'm gonna let you finish.
But
Damn, I just Kanye'd you. I'm gonna let you finish. But I don't know if this year can count like that, bro. Only because we coming off a pandemic and we was able to go back to the movies. Go ahead.
nigga, $208 billion, nigga, it count. Black Widow, F9, The Fast Saga,
I ain't even see it.
A Quiet Place 2,
I ain't even see it.
No Time to Die,
I ain't seen it yet.
Eternals.
Who?
Eternals, man.
Oh man, fuck Eternals. Go ahead. What's next?
Free Guy.
Was that good? You seen that?
I seen it.
It was good.
Pretty good.
Is it worth to watch?
Oh yeah, heck yeah.
Destiny Claymore has like a cameo in it.
Who?
Destiny Claymore.
Who's Destiny Claymore?
She's like an R&B singer. She sounds like this. How you doing? She really can't sing, but she got a cameo in that bitch. I don't know how she pulled that shit off, but whatever.
Okay.
Damn,
Jungle
I thought
Cruise.
you had your ear to the street to indie music, bro. My bad. Go ahead, Mr. Music Man. What you got next?
I can name 18 artists you know about.
What you got next?
Jungle Cruise.
I'm gonna watch that tonight, bro.
That's fire, bro.
It is.
That's
I'm
fire.
watching tonight, bro. I've just been waiting for me to be able to watch it for free on Disney Plus.
Okay. Godzilla vs. Kong.
Yeah, that came out in 2021.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
In the beginning, bro, I know.
That was a letdown for me.
Halloween Kills.
Yeah, it was good, but it was let down.
Dune.
I need to watch Dune. I heard it was good.
Cruella.
I need to watch Cruella. I heard it was good.
Ghostbusters Afterlife.
It just came out. It literally just came out.
I mean, November 19th, and it's number 14. Dang. Space Jam is 15.
Yeah, fuck Space Jams.
The next 5 is Conjuring.
I ain't seen it.
Candyman, Boss Baby.
I ain't seen
Addams,
Candyman. Fuck Boss Baby. What's next?
Addams Family 2.
Fuck
and Suicide
that.
Squad.
Who? Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a letdown.
Think so? Yeah. Okay, yeah.
It was a letdown because a giant starfish was the villain, and it just was DC, man.
I mean,
I feel like DC's concepts are more fire than Marvel, but how it's depicted on screen, they trash. They second tier when it comes to Marvel.
Have you seen Last Night in Soho?
No, I ain't seen that. Last Night in Soho?
Yeah.
Is that a porn?
No, bro. It's pretty good.
Oh.
Yeah, see, this is my beef with you, man.
I just asked, was it a porn? And when you asked me if I seen Last Night in Soho, I'm gonna think it was a X-rated movie.
But I'm saying, like, because what I was gonna do with this show today was go through the top 10 or try to see the top 10 movies and the top 10 rap albums, and then trying to find the rap albums. I just got an epiphany that just you go try to find the top 10 rap albums from this year and watch how impossible it is to find any list that's just got numbers. It's going to be all subjective. It's going to all be like first week. Like you can't just find, like you can go find the top 10 of anything, but if you're trying to find the top 10 rap albums of the year, like it's impossible to find.
What they got to do with me though?
Oh, and then you don't be watching the shit or listening to the shit. So it's like we can't have the conversation, man.
Nigga, I watch what I want to watch. If you want to have a top 10 rap album debate with a nigga, go have a guest that listens to every album that come out, and then I'm mediate between you two niggas.
That's what I'm gonna do, man. And then we can talk about you the whole time. I'm gonna get Casey on here again.
Who?
Power, Casey or
say, man, I ain't scared of that nigga, bro.
Get Casey, or I'm gonna get dang, my boy with No Boundaries, man, to come back on, man.
You know, it's funny. I don't think I judge you on how you digest music. Matter of fact, I actually give you your props on how you digest music, because you listen to anything and, you know, you'll rate it. I, however, I use music for purely entertainment purposes only. So
Hey,
I'm
bro,
not finna go down the top 10 releases for on Tuesday and listen to all 10. I want to because how I have my time allotted to when I listen to music. I'm going to listen to what I want to listen to. You know what? I think I listen to podcasts the way you listen to music.
no, I listen to podcasts too.
Nah,
But
it's a lot of podcasts I'll probably give a shot that you wouldn't dare fuck with at all.
I mean, maybe in a certain genre, but I do
I
listen
listen to
to.
any genre, bro. Right now, my podcast playlist is a mixture of the JBP, a UFO pod, a serial killer pod. I listen to For Facts Sake, which I don't know how good of a pod that really is. And then I listen to Horrible Decisions. I don't know why. I listen to, and Horrible Decisions isn't the only sex pod I listen to. It's about three more. I like Kinks with Kiki, and that's pretty fire. Then I listen to, let's see, what else I check out? I used to love Van Lathan, but I don't know if he got a new pod out. I listen to Joe Rogan. Who else I listen to? I don't listen to See the Thing Is because I hate Mandy's voice. Who else I listen to? I listen to Brilliant Idiots from time to time. I listen to Flagrant from time to time. Who else I listen
See, what
to?
I'm saying
Oh,
is,
bro,
I'm not.
I love Neil deGrasse Tyson's Star Talk. I listen to that shit religiously. So in my day, I'm going to listen to Joe Budden podcast, Joe Rogan, and then an astrophysicist. And then I listen to two females talk about whole shit.
But what I'm saying is, I'm not just. I'm listening to them because I like the intake and the information, but also I'm saying like if we're going to give the people views on things like I feel like I personally feel like we're cheating the people if there's some of our fans, some of our people listen to Joe Rogan, some of our fans listen to Horrible Decisions, some of our fans listen to Neil deGrasse, some of our fans listen
Neil
to
deGrasse Tyson, not Neil deGrasse.
I know Neil deGrasse Tyson. Some of our fans listen to the Arizona, they listen to everything. So what I'm not listening to say if it's good or not. I'm just listening to see what it is.
Are we a hip hop podcast?
Yeah.
How much hip hop do we discuss on a podcast regular?
I mean, I listen to more hip hop than you do, man.
No, I didn't ask. I didn't say who listens to more hip hop. I said how much hip hop do we discuss on a regular? Like we can discuss hip hop. Like we could have came on here. We could have came on here and took a deep dive into Sauce Walker's album. I'm pretty sure we both have listened to it. Have you listened to Sauce Walker's new album?
Not the whole thing.
What time out? See, time out. Now see, you come in here and you give me this whole hip hop
One time.
elitist shit. You know what I'm saying? Like how how I just skimmed through it, but you listened to it. And then the one time I asked you was shit, okay. Well, I know you listen. If you ain't listening to nothing else, you can spit this Sauce Walker shit to me. You
The
say
one
you ain't
time,
even
bro.
heard
The
it,
one
bro.
time, the one time that I like. What I'm saying is, and are we a hip hop podcast?
I don't think
know.
we are. We're not a hip hop podcast at all.
I agree with you. But okay, so back to the movies, man. Shang Xing Chang Chong. That was good. It was good, man. I mean, there were parts of it that I felt was kind of stereotypical. Like it had to be a dragon involved. Like why it had to be a dragon? Like it's always a dragon in China. Like
Yeah, but it was in the comic though, and I mean it's their it's their superhero.
I,
So you're gonna get the dragon lore, and dragon lore is in more than just Asian culture. So,
I get it, man, but I just could have dealt without it. I could have done without it.
but it has the dragon literally has to be there.
Yeah. Kong versus Godzilla, that was fire, bro. That was fire. Hold on, we got to guess, man. We got to guess, man.
We have a guess.
We got to guess, man. And he gonna clear some shit up, man.
We have a guess.
Yeah.
What time is it?
Man, now you know what time it is.
I just looked at my watch, see what time it is, bro.
So,
We're gonna have to talk about guest surprise, bro. I don't. We're gonna talk about guest surprise.
surprise. If you surprise guests, you've been drinking too much, man.
Guest surprise. You said we got a guest. I'm waiting for the guest to chime in. I just said we need to talk about guest surprise. I think it backfired on us one night.
You mean when?
Yeah. Because the problem was we kind of had like a party chat line, and
Yeah.
one or two of the guests felt alienated, so they left.
Yes, that was something else. That was something else.
That wasn't nothing else, bro.
No, it was. I'll tell you.
Oh, she got mad or something?
No, I'll tell you something else. So, what we have on now, because we like to get people from different sections of life, man. And this is a guy that I've known for about maybe 10 years, maybe off and on, 10 years, 15 maybe. He's a super producer, family man. He's a opinionated guy, comedian. He's an original individual. He's known as Thump. I don't know if you can hear me yet. He's still coming in, but Mr. Thump is. We can talk about it. He is. I don't want to say he's a me, but he's in the same vein as somebody who can talk about everything, has a viable, unique opinion about everything. And I kind of hear him, but I can't hear him.
Well, you don't hear anything because he's on mute, so you can't hear anything.
I mean, I'm hearing. You know how you hear like rumblings.
Well, there's no rumblings if he's definitely on mute. There are no rumblings to hear.
This guy right here, man. I thought we were.
I'm looking at it right there. It says mute, bro.
Hold
on. Let me try this out. Let me see some right quick. Tell me if you hear some rumblings. Woo, 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 woo. Do you hear anything
right now? So I hear rumblings right now.
You don't hear any fucking rumblings because I'm on mute.
I hear rumblings.
Now, everyone else can hear me. You didn't hear that.
But
Young James Boogie's a bitch. Did you hear that?
Do I have him on mute or is he on mute by himself?
Young James Boogie's a bitch. Did you hear that?
But
did you hear me just insult you?
I heard everything, bro.
What did I say? What did I literally just say?
The way my Christianity is set up, bro.
That's what I thought. So when you hear the playback on the pod, you definitely will hear me say, "Young James Boogie is a bitch." Which you're not a bitch, but you know.
But as far as the movies go, man, we'll talk about movies so he chimes in. But have you seen? Oh, you saw Doom? No, you didn't see Doom.
I ain't seen Doom. It's 3 hours long, bro. Pause.
And it's a part 1.
You want to know what's funny about the time I have? The days that I have time slotted to watch movies are pod days. I'm podding on days that I have spare time set aside. So I never, by the time we get through, I'm either too drunk or too tired.
First off, let's not. I just told you this 5 minutes ago, dog. Your job is Cadillac. You just answering phone calls, man.
Yeah, but it's irresponsible. The days I work from home, it's kind of irresponsible for me to just, first off, I do more than just answer phone calls. Secondly, it's irresponsible for me. It's irresponsible for me to sit there and watch like a 3-hour movie when I should be doing work. And then when I probably do have some time to, I'm just sitting up chilling. I'm driving, bro. I'm driving 4 hours to go to a store, bro.
Bro, I watch movies in parts, man.
In parts?
I watch like a 15, 20 minutes here, 30 minutes there, 40 minutes
No,
there.
I can't do that. I'm be mad, bro.
Let me see where this guy's at, man. Now keep talking, but
have you seen Masters of the Universe on YouTube? On Netflix?
You talking about the cartoon or the real one?
Yeah, nigga, the cartoon. They got a new revised Masters of the Universe. Nigga, this second season 2. Season 2. You ain't seen it?
Know what, bro? I kind of got burnt out on them when they did the Thundercats over and they were like SpongeBob characters. I was like, no, they don't get me again.
What?
You didn't see this? They did the Thundercats over and they were like drawn like SpongeBob.
The new Thundercats on Netflix?
I don't know if it's on Netflix, but
they came out with a newer Thundercats. It might have been on Hulu.
Okay, yeah, it was kind of. I was like, man, Drew's boys like.
Nah, they wasn't drawn like SpongeBob. You tripping? You was high that night. You was on the Zaza.
I'll send it to you, man. I'm gonna
don't send it to me. You was on the Zaza, and I don't know. You might be sending me some hentai porn. Is that how they say it? Hentai. Lionel might be hitting Chitara. Nah, I'm good, bro. Oh shit, bro. What's something else I watched? What else I watched, bro? See, man, like bro, have you seen Tiger King season 2?
No.
You gotta watch Tiger King season 2, bro. It seems like Joe Exotic got fucked over, bro. That's what it seems. It seems like Joe Exotic really got fucked, bro. Pause. He probably is getting smashed in jail, and he probably like it, but it seemed like Joe Exotic got fucked over, bro.
That's probably not true, bro. He probably that's just
Nah. I mean, Joe Exotic probably broke laws, but it seemed like Joe Exotic got fucked over. I don't know about you, but I see a white hand just doing this.
Yeah, I seen. I mean, I'm the master of this thing, bro. So I see everything you see, man. I just
Oh, you the master. Okay. So you show enough.
show enough.
You look like show enough too, just without the hair.
Jungle, why you always got hair shows, bro?
What you mean, bro? Man, let's talk about it. What's the most you would pay for a haircut if you had hair?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I be paying 30 now, man. I be like, damn.
What do you pay $30 for, my nigga?
That's the price to go to the barber, bro.
What are you going to the barber for?
Man, to get my hair cut, man, professionally, bro.
Nah, nigga, what you mean to get your hair cut? What are you getting cut professionally, my guy?
Yeah, he come with the jokes, man.
No, I'm dead serious. If I was rocking the Jordan, the Baldy, the Isaac Hayes, that shit, the Rock, I would invest in the little $45 all-in-one. You see that? When it gets to the point where I'm really bald, my nigga, I'm not going to the barber, bro. I'm doing the all. You know what I'm talking about? I can edge up my beard. If the beard trim costs more than $25, I do it myself. As long as I got a hairline and I'm not just bald, I'm thinning. My dreads did this, but see, ever since I took my dreads out, but the thinning hasn't gotten worse, so I'm fine with it.
Like I want to say,
I just want to know how much would you spend on a haircut if you weren't bald.
let me go backwards. So it's hard, bro. It's hard, because like you don't have time. Like that's whether you go to the barber or do it yourself. That's a 30-minute, 25-minute thing. So you're like, okay. So you're like, okay, you're like, dang, do I want to spend that 20 minutes or 25 minutes, and then you still got to worry about spots you missed or whatever. So I'm like, man, let me go to the barber. You know what I'm saying? You might sometimes, you don't want to have no excuses, no oops.
All right, I give you that. So how much would you pay for a haircut right now?
Right now, I'm paying for a haircut. Like I said, I'm paying like 25, 30, man. I'll be mad as hell. But
is 80 too much?
80 is what, haircut? Yeah, 80 is like, man, right, man. Is it too bad broads doing it in bikinis?
Now, let me tell you what the $80 haircut cost. Let me tell you what $80 gets me.
Okay, what did it get you?
Yes, there's a young lady who's doing this. $80 gets me the haircut.
Okay. What's she wearing?
I don't want to incriminate myself. $80 get you the haircut.
Okay.
$80 also get you the hair wash.
Okay.
And then you get this wave treatment. You get the beard shampoo and all that shit. So the beard treatment, the razor, all that good shit. That's what they to get you.
Nah, man. No, you getting got.
I'm getting got. I have not saw a haircut under $55 in Atlanta since I've been here.
Oh, because y'all ain't tell getting that money, man.
And then it's like just a regular Caesar with no razor edge up $50. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, man.
Yeah, this is what I deal with, bro. So if I was definitely bald, if I was like if I was if I was doing bald head whole shit like you, I definitely if I was involved in bald headed whole shit like you, bro, I definitely would not be going to the barber. I'd be doing it myself, bro.
People listen to this podcast, man. And I try to put people on the podcast, of the male or female persuasion, and they hear this and they be thinking that I'm really some kind of, manhole right here, man.
What are you talking about, bro?
If you believe in your tomfoolery,
man, these just jokes, man. Anybody who truly knows Boogie knows what you stand for.
man, I'm a good, wholesome, low key. You know what I'm saying?
Two things can be true. You can be good, wholesome, and low key, and love hoes. Hey man, I'm just saying.
Man, damn, how come I can't get my dude on here, man? Every time I try.
All I said was, if I was involved in bald headed hoe shit like you,
See what
ain't
I'm
that what
saying?
the young ladies say when they be like, I got my hair cut low, I'm gonna do my bald head hoe shit. That's what they say, bro. I'm just using the analogy.
I don't talk to females like that. Females that act like that, I don't know them.
I do.
Uh,
I definitely do. Oh my god, bro. How is it? Never mind. I'm not even gonna incriminate myself.
exactly, man. I'm the single one, and you anyway.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not even gonna incriminate myself, bro.
No Time to Die was pretty good too,
Oh,
man.
no time at the Y.
No Time to Die.
Oh, James Bond.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I was supposed to be and go see that movie, bro, and I just ain't had time.
It's pretty good, man. So
I am, however, waiting for The Matrix to come out. I
mhm.
can't wait for that to come out. I'm gonna watch that shit on HBO Max too.
Let me tell you something about the Matrix. Let me tell you something about Keanu Reeves, man. You can't watch them movies. You can't watch them like you have to watch them one time and let them marinate in your mind. Because if you just watch them, then it ain't gonna come out right, bro. Because I watched John Wick, and I was like, this nigga moving slow as hell, man.
What you mean he was moving slow as hell?
Right like this.
Do you know the fire thing about John Wick? You
Ain't
want to know
nothing
what's
fire.
fire about John Wick?
Ain't nothing fire about
I'm gonna
John
tell you
Wick.
what's fire about John Wick. Keanu Reeves probably would kill you for real.
No, he can't, bro.
So
I
you
watch it.
do you know that he actually took up 3 gun? Do you know? Time out. Do you know what 3 gun is?
It's more than one gun.
Do you know what 3 gun is?
No, I don't.
All right, then never mind.
Oh no, you don't want to see. I want to educate you. If you don't
Well,
know,
you didn't ask. If you asked me, I definitely would educate me. So if you ask me, I'll tell you.
I want to educate you. No, I don't want to talk about them.
Well, you didn't ask me. So I assumed, A, you're not a 2A guy. B, you hate guns. So I assumed you really didn't care. That's why I didn't elaborate on it since you didn't know. But if you would have been like, nah, I don't know what 3 gun is, but tell me what it is, then I'll tell you what it is.
But I'm gonna tell you, if you go back and watch John Wick 2
Uh-huh.
and 3 and watch it, you're gonna be like, man, this nigga moving slow as fuck, man. Like not the gun scene when he fight, but he is moving super, super slow, man.
I
Like
mean, what you expect though? Like, see, that's what I'm saying. Movies, the cinema has fucked people up. Because I mean, how fast do you really think you gonna move? Like, if you really fight someone, their fight scenes aren't as fast as Captain America's and Wolverine's are. Like, John Wick's fight scenes is probably the correct speed the two semi in shape 45-year-olds fight, bro.
but he not fighting 45-year-old people. He fighting young dudes.
I'm
Like
just saying, bro, have you seen like Canelo Alvarez and Triple G fight? Like there are moments in the fight where it slows down.
I'm saying like this. When there's a part in John Wick 3 when he's fighting three guys inside
The La Glass shit.
no inside of it's like they got out whatever, and it's like these dudes are doing backflip kicks and they moving all fast, and he's moving super slow. Like he's like, I'm like, man,
Yeah, nigga, you doing all that flipping and shit. I only need to hit you once.
like how like he's swinging like this. He's like,
Man, he's the boogeyman, bro. He don't need to, you know what I'm saying? Look, niggas been drinking Hennessy in the club all night. They been smoking hookah. You really think that I'm doing all of that? You know what I'm saying? I'm living that thug nightlife. I'm drinking Hennessy. I'm smoking hookah. I'm hitting hoes. Nah, I'm at regular speed, bro. I'm not at, you know what I'm talking about? I ain't at lightning fast speed, bro. And then, you know, a trained killer who has more experience over me, bro, it's just like you hooping. You can be hooping up against a 19-year-old who's stronger, faster, can jump higher. But you being that seasoned 45-year-old, you know exactly what part of the court you got to get to pull up for three, to get your buckets. You're cerebral with it. I may not have the physical strengths and acumen that you have now, but I know how to pick my spots. That's all John Wick doing, bro. He picking his spots, man. You out of all people should, you know, I'm talking about
man,
be
I'm
able
talking
to be able to understand that, you know, you operating in a space you operate at your age, bro. At this point, you're going off of more knowledge than physical skill sets. You know what I'm talking about? You at that age group now, man. If I knew what I knew when I was 21, I've been in the NBA. You know, that's you now, bro, because you know how to pick your spots. When you was 21, you was trying to John Moran everybody.
John Moran got hurt.
When you was 21, you was trying to John Moran everybody, bro. Now you know I ain't got to John Moran everybody. I can pick my spots and get the same bucket, and then preserve my body.
I want to make a rap and tell it and be like, tell a girl I'm a John Morant that pussy.
But you say you're not toxic though.
No, I'm just saying. I had to make some adjustments, man. On the.
That means you want to explosively finish in the young lady. It's all you try to shoot the club up, bro.
Shoot the club up. Speaking of shoot the club up, man.
Oh
I think I'm gonna come in here and we gonna talk about 3-6 and Bone for about 10 minutes, man. Maybe 30.
I have no desire to talk about 3-6 Mafia and Bone.
It's coming up in 3 days.
I remember the first 3-6 Mafia experience I ever had. My brother came home from the club and he had a promotional CD, and it was 3-6 Mafia, and they all was pointing at the camera with guns, and on the tip of the guns had masks, and the whole song was about killing Bone, and it was like 7 niggas.
Well, you know, that's how it be sometimes, man. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Hold on, there we go.
Who had the better Christmas album, Mariah Carey or Gucci? Gucci Mane.
I've never heard Gucci Mane's Christmas album.
You ain't black, my nigga.
I don't want to hear Gucci Mane's
Gucci. Goo-wop.
Why would I want to hear Gucci Mane's Christmas album?
It was kind of fire, bro.
7th day of Christmas, the Christmas.
Actually, it's kind of how it went, bro. But where my ox caught it, I'll play a little bit for you.
No, we don't want to hear that, bro.
No.
We got special guests.
No. What ox at? I'm gonna play a little bit for you, bro.
I don't want to hear the Gucci Man.
No.
Gucci Man Christmas man.
No, you should do it, bro. You want to hear the Gucci Mane Christmas song, bro? Let me find the ox. Boy, you better be lucky I can't find my ox.
Good job, man. Jesus is real.
He is. Oh, let me
I see we got a dump.
Won't he do it? Won't he do it?
Oh, look, we got a guest though, man.
Won't he do it?
It's the 7th day of Christmas, and I'm trying to get some more bucks.
And it is time to be in the Christmas spirit as well, my guy.
See how easy that was, bro?
What?
I just made a Gucci Man song that fast.
Bro, you are a hater, my guy.
I was trying to get with Santa, and I had to get a panda.
Hold on, man. Hold on, man. It's lonely at the top and it's real cold. Yeah. Why you look uninterested? Boy, you better. Hold on. Go up.
Middle of the winter, I pull up in a vert.
That's a drop top.
Middle of December, she pulled up in a skirt.
She took her dress off.
Claws of the hood, I pull up with the work.
That mean he got drugs. That mean he gonna shoot you. He's selling drugs in the winter. He's selling everything 4 ways.
Over the hills we go.
He going over the hills in Atlanta. That mean he gonna shoot you and he got plenty guns.
I'm selling bills of cannabis, preaching like an evangelist, but I don't fuck with amateurs. I got spiders, yeah, tarantulas. My diamonds are immaculate. I'm not on no romantic shit, but I'm cooking cocaine candlelit. I'm so true, your hoe can't handle it, but damn that bitch can suck a dick. Skeeted on her face and lip, cause walk ain't fuck no basic. The teacher teaching arithmetic, show you how to whip a brick, learn you how you run your clip, and told you how to kill a snake. My Yanko, she a freaky chick, but damn she on that sneaky shit. Ran out with a half a zip, and now I gotta slap a trick. All these rocker labels broken shit, Ricky Dicky rocker shit. I sell more milk.
Man, how can you not like this?
excellent. I started selling Christmas tree, I'm trying to jingle bells, ho. It's Christmas time, it's Hollis Queen, I'm stomping in my shell toes.
He got Adidas on.
96, I X out for 12 goals. But now Goo got gifts to give, but I don't fuck with 12 though.
Fuck 12, that's what he said. He don't fuck with police.
Yeah. Uh-oh.